Alrighty. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 368. Why the Critical Drinker is Toxic, the Problem with Reactionaries on YouTube. And this is our second stream on the topic. This is from, in case you didn't catch it yesterday, from Turf Nation. And not his best work. I don't know what his standard is for doing responses, but it's always eye-opening to listen to this fellow and see what he has to say when he's complaining about people replying or having an opinion about topics he thinks are important, which to the rest of us, we're like, well, they could be important if they're in the narrative and not just injected into it for the sake of having it, which is, I wouldn't say the common problem with Marvel films, but in recent times we see a lot of the Marvel universe, at least on streaming services, have a few questionable scenes and characters that probably don't sit well with too many people because of their, what's the term, uselessness to the narrative or plot. Their social elements that don't quite feel or fit right. There's lots of things we can talk about with bad Marvel films, and we have talked about them, that these people just don't seem to care about. They think it's very important, which is odd because no one seems to like these new Marvel inclusions into the universe. But I haven't watched them. I don't care to. They don't interest me. So that's why I have these other guys on who can tell me what the hell goes on in these shows. So
horrible.
They don't look good. Yeah, they don't sound
horrible.
Yeah,
Writing.
we like to torture ourselves with bad writing.
Horrible writing, horrible effects sometimes. Sometimes they're bearable, but
I think the camera work in the Falcon show is terrible.
It's like Hollywood forgot a lot of basic rules. They just have too good tech in general, and it's a high level of mediocrity. It's what I would call it.
Okay. Well, we stopped at
very, very expensive, polished trash.
Yes, that's Disney for pretty much everything they do now, aside from the animated stuff, which is apparently very good. But we stopped at 8:20 or 8 minutes and 20 seconds, so we're not even halfway done. I rewound it to 7 something just to get context, because now the drinker's talking, and then he's going to respond to that. And this is the very few times he actually quotes the drinker, so that's good to know.
Well, I had watched that video because I was very interested in like what he was saying, and for the most part, he's just talking about the overall state of like the MCU. You know, yeah, he references sort of the woke propaganda that they're throwing in there, but it's not like it's the whole 10 minutes just devoted to that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were referencing Ragnarok, and we were saying, yeah, there's parts we like, there's parts we dislike, and it's the overall theme or genre of comedy that was off at times. Like, there were definitely funny moments. There were dramatic moments, lots of action, and some of that's pretty good. But there's the other half of it which doesn't quite feel like a Thor film. It feels something is missing. Thor does not feel like Thor. The women are just destroying him, and he is at the lowest point I've ever seen Thor, even though technically he should be extremely powerful. But he did lose his hammer at the start, which I think is... How it was done was bad, but the fact that he did lose his hammer I did appreciate, because I like to see heroes be stripped of what they are and having to figure out what they are now. That's a good way of putting a character in their place and forcing them either existentially or physically or mentally to build themselves back up. So,
totally.
The question of how much of a hero are you without your tool?
Exactly.
Is it the power that makes you a hero, or is it something within you?
Exactly, and that's the wonderful thing about at least this version of Thor and Ragnarok, is that it's not about the hammer, and his father has to literally tell him that. It's like, it's not about you wielding a weapon. You're not.
Yeah, are you the god of hammers?
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was a great line. So it's not about the hammer. It's about him, and he has the ability to focus his energy into a certain way. But while he's saying that, this is after the fact he's been electrocuted several times throughout the story. You're just like, wait a second.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
stripping him away of everything and then making that as a joke, that's where the problems start to arise.
Yeah, the joke is one thing. The literal changing of the physical nature of Thor, how he can be electrocuted by a little shock disc thing, kind of pissed me off. And to have it happen twice was like, all right, that's pushing it. So, and then there was Valkyrie.
Isn't it like a metaphor for men without waving their weapon are useless compared to the strong, glorious woman race?
Yeah, pushing the button to electrocute him. Yeah, it's great, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did trick her.
Hold on. Are you trying to say that women are always pushing men's buttons?
Electrocuting them? No, but
I think that's the metaphor of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Women are always pushing men's buttons.
Well,
yeah,
and we have to satisfy them with our weapons.
But they will never press the start button. You know what I mean?
Yes.
By the way, the critical drinkers, because Turf Nation's issue seems to be like, oh, he hates female villains. In that video, he does talk about the other villains and some of the problems with those villains, the characterization for them.
All right.
You know, so it's just Turf Nation. Why are you being so disingenuous about it?
Well, remember, Eric, we're just people who just moan about things every single day. I mean, what sort of people are we?
We're the alt-right conservative Nazis, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good old Nazis.
Yeah, so the film had lots of good elements, a lot of bad elements, and people just don't like it because it doesn't have the same grandiose tone as the previous Thor films.
When I watched it, I just felt, oh, this is Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
It had that, the music kept coming in, and there was a lot of pomp and circumstance, which I thought was unnecessary. Slow-mo shots, like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when Hulk jumped out of the spaceship and then died or something, and then he turned into the Hulk.
When Banner jumped out, hit the flipping cross bridge. It was like everyone just like, oh, and carried on. And haha, joke. It's like, no, humans just fallen from a massive amount of
wouldn't that have killed Bruce? I thought.
Yeah, that should have killed. Yeah, should have killed him straight up. Yeah.
As far as I know, he's a normal human while he's a human.
Yeah.
While he's Bruce.
I saw that joke coming a mile away, but I don't know. I laughed. It was just,
I laughed
because it has the right pacing.
It was just so absurd. It was just,
I know.
Why would you do this? But Marvel made Banner a goofball anyway. They made him absolute.
You know, it would have been bold if he actually did stay dead.
Yeah, but the thing is, for a scientist, he acts like a retard a lot of the time. So.
Oh, I don't want to fight your sister. That's a family issue. I don't need to be involved in that.
No, and I get that being socially awkward doesn't mean being, masticated. You can still function and also not jump from a large height and just slam into the ground. But,
I'd rather have the Hulk be terrifying instead of comical.
Yeah.
Once a joke about that situational one, that's okay. But
well, maybe it's a callback to like the first Incredible Hulk, because he jumped out of a helicopter and straight to the ground.
Yeah, but that was actually cool and intense. This is just
no, that's a joke too. He's like, oh shit.
Also hadn't like this joke would have been done before that movie as well. I have a feeling that it was done, or it's been done afterwards. I know, definitely.
Yeah.
But,
All right.
Oh, well.
No worries. Let's get on with the video. And again, let's listen to some Critical Drinker reference and then commentary by Turf.
Yeah.
To add a bit of variety to the series. The problem, as always, lies in the execution. Shows like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier leaned far too heavily on identity politics, aggressively trying to lecture their audience about the evils of modern culture, rather than presenting a fun story with interesting ideas and allowing them to form their own opinions.
The evils of modern culture is not an interesting topic to explore. What the fuck? How?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, this is just to reminisce of what we did. So there's nothing wrong with bringing up the evils of modern culture, but the argument from the drinker is like, why not just make an entertaining show and then have whatever you want in that show, have a message or a theme, and it could be the evils of modern culture or whatever.
Yeah, and the problem with the social justice warriors or socialists is that they're not talking about the evils of modern culture. They're stuck in the past century. They always keep talking about things from the last century. There were problems in the last century, and they reheat those problems, like racism was done. Then they reheated it to have something to talk about, because the problem is when you solve a problem, it's not a problem anymore. And when you are the one who always offered to be the messiah of solving the problem, and people voted for you, and then the problem's gone, well, they don't need to vote for you anymore in regards to that problem.
Yeah, now they have arguments about colonialism and slavery and appropriation of land. And
well, slavery was a solved problem for how many centuries now? In the Western world, not in the Islamic world.
Yeah, well, the thing what I always laugh about, they say about the evils of the modern world, and these people always seem to miss out China and Russia and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, and they're pissed in sandbox where they have all these horrible superstitions, all this horrible. We see now Afghanistan right now is a wonderful example of 2 days ago. You have news reports, and the female reporters are in their normal Western attire, and the moment Biden had pulled out the troops, Taliban took over, and they have not a strand of hair coming out and wear the black abaya and the headscarf thing. Like immediately the next day.
Yeah, they're saying violent things, but they seem like nice people.
Yeah, and there was the one report, I think, from CNN or NBC, and CNN, I think. And she was reporting on the Taliban saying death to they were celebrating and shouting death to America and other stuff, and she was reporting on it, and then she was like mind struck for a second and stepped to the side closer to the building and said meekly into the microphone, I was just told to step further to the side because I'm a woman. Yeah, and feminists in the West, social justice warriors, Turf Nation, all silent. You don't give a shit about women's rights. You don't give a shit about any of the achievements of the modern world. Because you defend by omission these backwards, medieval and well, worse than medieval people. Because there were tons of societies throughout the centuries, the millennia, that were more developed, more progressive, as you might put it, than radical Islam. You don't have a problem with radical Islam. You make excuses. Your whole movement makes excuses for them.
Well, I don't know if he specifically or all these other people online.
He specifically, I don't know. But
yeah, because
his movement, his side that is so virtuous, and calls out all the problems in the world, never calls out that shit.
It would be odd for him to just talk about other people's reaction to movies. That's kind of silly if his focus is advocating for human rights or female rights in some parts of the world. He'd make videos on that, but he's not. He's making videos attacking people he disagrees with, and he's responding in the most childish manner.
Well, the common social justice position is, oh, you can't show the people with the turbans on their heads as the evil people because that's racist. They're all good people. America is bad. Yeah, look at Afghanistan now. The teachers had to say goodbye to or said goodbye to the girls of their classes because the girls can't come back to class because that's forbidden under Sharia. And what was this? All 15-year-old girls will be assigned husbands because they are not married yet.
Okay, well, let's not get into that.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
Hooray!
I want to hear the also virtuous social justice talk about these things, but they can't because they think they can't criticize the brown people because that's racist. So atrocities are okay when you have a certain skin color.
I wouldn't say brown. They're black.
I know.
Apparently.
Unless they're from Syria, at which point they're white.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Here's John Doe, the average.
Checkmate, bigots.
John Doe, the average Joe. Thanks for the $44.99. In Avengers, the first movie, Bruce said Hulk spat out the bullet when he shot himself. Why would Hulk shoot himself? Anyway, can imply.
Oh yeah, because Bruce tried to kill himself. But when he tried to kill himself, he just turned to the Hulk. So the Hulk would not let Bruce Banner die.
Okay. Can imply that Hulk has a powerful healing factor to cover Bruce's injuries. Is that while he's transforming or while he's the Hulk? So that's
my thing is it's just a bit like he fell there and just slammed, and he didn't turn to the Hulk for quite some time during the fight. So he was just lying there as like a blooded mess. It does take more than just say, "Oh, Hulk's got regeneration." It's a bit like, yeah, but it's Bruce just unconscious on the floor after falling 200 foot.
Can you get angry at yourself shooting yourself? I don't know. I mean,
well in the MCU, it's more to do with adrenaline than being angry.
Oh,
he can't even have sex with the girl he loves.
Anger causes adrenaline.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, that's cool.
And so adrenaline also hits. So if he gets frightened or scared, and his fight or flight kicks in. So that's why he's always running away, because if his fight instinct kicks in, he'll turn to the Hulk.
Yeah, and that's why he's like a monk, because he can't get horny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that would be bad.
All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
Is it not an topic? Falcon and the Winter Soldier tackle some very relevant topics such as the nature of terrorism, institutional racism, and inequality within society and the ramifications it has for a lot of people.
Yeah, we talked about
Naturally,
this. This is
it
all
has the more
bullshit.
MCU-related topics such as what it means to be a hero and finding out who you are. But these other topics I mentioned before are...
Falcon not knowing who he is by this show is insane. That is insane. The you don't know who you are story is something you do before you become the hero, or while you are becoming the hero. Falcon's doing the Falcon job with the Avengers, with Tony Stark, with the military, for how many years? And this guy still doesn't know who he is? This is contrived writing.
Say Avengers again.
Avengers,
yes, okay. You went Avengers, and I was like, it sounds like you're down an avenue.
Avengers.
Well, it comes out this way or the other way. It's random. I'm sorry.
It's better than what the normies say. Just the averages. It's like, okay.
I'm just wondering if in the Avenue Gengers or whatever it is, if Captain Manhattan's there. With Clinton Green.
Lieutenant Manhattan. Because it's just they're just average. They're just averages.
Average Avengers.
The average Avengers.
Yeah, Falcon is not an Avenger. He's an averager.
the Earth normal is.
He's an averager.
Didn't
He's
they
an
do a joke?
averager.
They did a joke like that in Ragnarok where they called themselves the Revengers.
Oh,
What? Why would
Yeah.
you? I forgot about that.
Because he's getting revenge. He's getting, she's
I
getting
think I
revenge.
remember that.
Yeah.
Bruce is
Oh,
undecided, by the way.
He's just along for the ride at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
A lot more intriguing. But your main critique of this show being that they try to tell people not to be racist is
That you're an idiot and a liar. Nobody said that. The problem of this show is that Falcon is the fucking racist.
Yeah, what did he talk about? This show
And
doesn't
he's
tell
a
you not to
fucking
be
idiot.
racist.
And the only thing is, so he's a coward. He doesn't take up the shield, although Captain America believed in him. Captain America, Steve Rogers, was sure that Falcon is up to the task. And Falcon gives it away because he has this weird delusion in his head that America wouldn't want a black man to carry the shield. It's complete bonkers nonsense. With all the other black heroes in the Marvel universe that run around, with Battlestar running around, with
War Machine.
yeah, for example,
War Machine.
it wasn't a.
I'm
It was right away in the first Iron Man movie, wasn't it? Second one.
second one pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He
second
even
Iron Man
became the
movie, you
symbol of
already got a
America,
black
Iron
a black
Patriot.
superhero,
Yeah.
and just then the Falcon is an idiot. He wants to talk with the psychopathic, beyond genocide girl that creates super terrorists with superpowers. When nobody else has this stupid serum. And the normal guy. Oh god, I keep forgetting his name for fuck's
John
sake.
Walker.
John Walker, thank you. John Walker, for almost the entire show, is just a human in the Captain America costume with this shield. He is just a human, and he goes up against super soldiers. And Falcon has the gall to mock him and bully him and ostracize him instead of giving him advice. Because all that John Walker wants is advice, is help, is work together. He's the hero. Falcon's the antagonist. Falcon's the shithead. Falcon does, in fact, this Falcon in this show. So maybe the movie Falcon, maybe he deserved it. But this Falcon does not deserve the shield and does not deserve the title. Because he's an idiot, he's an asshole. He doesn't know what's right. He doesn't know when the line has been crossed of when the other side has crossed the line. I mean, the villains of this show, the actual ones that the script intends to be the villains, that we're supposed to sympathize with somehow, even. They wish for half of humanity being dead again, so they can keep squatting in dead people's homes, because that's their main problem.
Open borders or something.
Yeah, but just after half humanity was dead, you could say that half of all housing is now empty, which is where they were squatting for 5 years. These people are in their 20s and 30s. So they were just squatting in dead people's homes, and then the people returned because of the hard work of the Avengers. I'm watching my pronunciation. Thank you.
So am I, Wisp. So am I.
These genocidal terrorist problems are the people that were gone are back now. We have to give the homes back that we stole from them. Yeah, like the people who squatted in the homes of the Jews that were sent to the concentration camps. And when the war was over, or those that managed to escape somehow, came back to their homes, to their houses, there were new people living there who had taken all their stuff and didn't let them in. And you have the gall to call the leader of this group of squatters that take away from people who got genocided, basically, a Jewish name.
Also, Wisp, it's pronounced Gaul.
Yeah, but I know I like the fact that
Gaul?
Wisp was asking for gals. I think that was kind of cool.
You have the
Gaul,
gals. Yes, I do have
the
gals.
gal.
You can have many of them.
Gaul.
The Gaul. It's the Gaul. Yeah.
You know,
Like
your
the-
pronunciation is almost as shit as the French.
You gotta.
Yeah, but
With all
we
its
beat them,
stupid,
so-
with all its stupid letters that are all silent. Like, fuck off.
Ooh.
Hey, listen,
Making
I didn't
enemies
make-
today.
I didn't make the language. I just speak it.
That's just as bad.
Well, Wisp, next time we have a world war, why doesn't your side just win it? Then you can decide how things are pronounced.
I think the next one will be with China, and that will be a shit show.
All right, let's keep going.
It's a very bad look for you. Captain America has always been about the evils of modern culture. Just try to...
Wait a second.
It's not modern anymore. That's been what 80 years now.
That's kind of ironic
Modern
that I made a joke
culture.
about World War II.
Modern
And then
culture.
Hitler turned
Also, Hitler is a product of socialist ideas.
Yeah.
You call socialism a modern idea? That shit is centuries old. How about you abandon your disproven shit by history and science and common sense and mountain ranges of corpses, and abandon your bullshit and start coming up with something new? How about that? Because your bullshit, your backwards bullshit from the past is giving us these bullshit stories that you think are so awesome because your mind is like it was formed in 1870.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to understand how he thinks these are good stories, how they're interesting, how they're full of
White
depth.
man bad,
Apparently.
Eric.
It's like,
If you
White
tell
man.
these
but he's
stories,
like the show is like teaching you not to be racist. How? When does the show say that? I don't remember.
yeah, I don't even know
No,
that.
don't be racist. Stop being white.
Just stop being white.
Don't-
Okay.
Just don't be white,
Mhm.
Eric. It's,
All right,
it's,
I'll just
it's
tell.
simple.
I'll just tell
If
my
you- if
white
you want to
friends
make shows
go
that-
get a
that-
tan.
Yeah, if you want to make shows that show, oh, racism is bad, which is only prejudice is bad. Racism is only a one subset of prejudice. And some prejudices are justified. They help you navigate the world and not have kids enter the cars of people who just give them candy. And that's a good
Well,
prejudice to
why,
have. Don't take the
Yeah,
candy
what-
from the stranger.
What are some stories that
Oh,
that
but what
really
if
do
the
that
stranger is
well?
black?
Yeah, but
And you
it's
still
trying to
take the
think,
candy
like
and
what?
put it into the car.
Like what? The classic
it's-
To Kill a Mockingbird? Would that be an example?
Yeah, there's loads
Yeah.
of things with prejudice, and like there's
Yeah,
loads
it's a
of
good
things
one,
like
but they're
stereotypes.
censoring To Kill a Mockingbird because it's to them that is racist. These
Because
people are
it's
insane.
like,
If you make these stories
it-
50 years ago, you have a point because then there was a racism problem in the West.
mhm.
If you make stories like that
it-
now,
it-
even the good ones, it's
it
just
doesn't work.
stupid.
Yeah. it sounds like
so
pandering.
stupid.
Honestly, this feels like a guy who would complain about the fact that the siege of Troy means that Christmas can't be celebrated in Greece because of the old saying "Beware Greeks bearing gifts." So it just sounds like
Well, he finds these topics interesting, which is like, okay, anything can be interesting. It's how it's done, which is exactly the argument that Critical Drinker is putting forth.
Drink has been
Yeah.
because all
he
this is
talks
doing
about that.
is all this is doing is lecturing us on
Yeah, and if you
Falcon and
don't
Winter Soldier
understand,
lectures us on the evils of being white.
yeah, and that you are buying
That's what it really
into
into the left's race theory just shows that you haven't understood racism at all.
Well, that's one aspect. The other element is that Drinker is an actual writer, and he knows what the hell he's talking about. When he writes something, he says, it doesn't matter really what I'm trying to say, it's how I do it, which is what media is. And Turf Nation's saying, well, it has these elements. They're interesting to me. It's like, that doesn't mean they're executed well. You're just saying you like chocolate. You don't know how it tastes in a certain cake or a certain version of a piece of bread or whatever.
Well, and the problem is Turf Nation thinks, TV shows, movies, they're all subjective.
Which is wrong.
I assume he doesn't believe in objectivity.
Well, that's, I mean, hardly part of the discussion that he'll bring up, but if he does, yes.
Didn't you say that earlier in the video?
Everything's subjective. Well, if everything's subjective, then you still have to make an argument. It doesn't really matter what your bias or tastes are. So you still have to say why.
But I feel like we go to the bizarre world when he.
Yeah, but it is because they're living in their own askew reality.
Well, that's because all they say is everything's subjective, and they think that's a good enough answer to stop all criticism. It's
not just that. It's all is subjective. Therefore, you are wrong, and I am correct. You have to do as I say.
Yeah, but then my retort would be, no chance, you fucking cunt. So there, we're at an impasse, aren't we?
Yeah,
you are reactionary. Everything is subjective, but you are reactionary because you are in the way of progress, which is and socialism, which must be objectively the best thing ever. Otherwise, you could not make a case for it.
Which he still has not explained what a reactionary is in this video. So.
Of course, he won't.
Because he won't. Because once you explain what a reactionary is, people will not do that thing, and you can't call them a reactionary anymore. So if you keep the terms as vague as possible.
So if there's a solution, there would no longer be a problem, and we can't have that.
And if it's the definition, which is the political people responding to socialism, Critical Drinker isn't even talking about that. He's not even bringing that topic up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but from the eyes of a socialist, Critical Drinker criticizes the bad writing and the badly executed topics that, from the eyes of the socialists, are perfect. So that makes him a reactionary because he's in the way of these perfect stories.
But
the thing is, you have to remember, in the eyes of a socialist, everything is political.
Yeah.
Once everything's political, if you complain about something that they like, then you're talking politics. So it's a minefield, man.
In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this is a key scene here, because this is where Falcon rejects the shield and says it belongs to a museum. What he does is he deprives America of its symbol, of the symbol of its principles, not of nationalism or some bullshit, but the principles of the patriotism to its core ideas, core virtues, the best things that it has. But America wants that. America needs that. And he says, no, you're not getting that. We should just put it on a shelf. And that is why it is his fault that John Walker even enters the stage. Because he rejects it here. He rejects his responsibility. And here's the contrast to My Hero Academia. Because All Might understands that the world needs the symbol that he represents, the eternal smile that tells you it'll be all right.
Yeah.
But that's why he becomes a teacher.
Sometimes, at least within this universe, because that's not just Captain America. I mean, you also had Iron Man for a time, and he was sort of the symbol for the future events that would come. You know what I mean? Like,
Iron Man
we didn't have a Captain America before.
Yeah, once you have that kind of symbol, it hurts when it gets lost.
All right, let's keep going. Here's
that's why in wars they fought over cities that had moral symbolic value and not really strategic value. Not concrete strategic value.
Here's Non-Vitae Rex. Imagine an Iron Man 2 roadie was like, yeah, Tony, I can't take your suit. America isn't ready for a black Iron Man. That would be absurd. That would be kind of a really bad pacing or tone shift in the story of heroes trying to do well and getting better and achieving something at the end and then going, yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's like, wait, why?
I'm afraid to
No, I don't want to.
It's like
the stereotype, but he did steal the suit.
It's like the Dove meme where you have the Chad blade, the Chad spawn, and on the other side you have the world isn't ready for a black superhero. That's why I can't be a superhero.
Wisp, it's got so bad. You've got the Chad Steel versus the Virgin Falcon.
Oh no!
When Steel is more of a hero than the Falcon.
And Steel is basically Iron Man. This is basically Black Iron Man because Superman's gone, so he makes a suit that gives him the quasi powers of Superman.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about the comic
I just like the idea that there's a black man.
I'm actually talking about the film version. The film version is more of a hero.
Yeah, he's the black roadie, right?
Yeah.
When Shaquille O'Neal, outdoes you and
oh, that movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
We're talking about the mascot for Krispy Kreme. That guy.
Oh God.
He was the mascot.
Spud's exasperated.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Krispy Kreme, Papa John's, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know.
Dude, Meteor Man is more of a hero than Falcon.
Bible Man is more of a hero.
Fucking Eddie Murphy makes a better superhero than this douche. Eddie Murphy, the comedian.
Here's Tyler Preston. Thank you for the donation. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it. The whole America is not ready for black Captain America horse crap is the same thing the comics pulled in 2008 with Blue Marvel, basically black Superman. Really? I do not remember that. That was a while ago, but yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
For a sec, what the reaction would be if Captain America was real in our world and he gave the mantle to a black person. Think about how many proud white nationalists would say that
nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
No. Hold on. But like Smudge just said, Captain America is real in our world, and he does give over the mantle to a black person. It happened in the movies, and the public were all right with it. The public were complaining, like what was said about the fact that the Falcon just fucking literally spat in Steve Rogers' face.
Yeah, it's a whole completely fabricated controversy.
Mm-hmm.
Please,
and because
tell me.
some idiot, it's like with the Westboro Baptist Church. There's like 20, 30 inbred idiots, and these leftists make a huge elephant out of that fly. Like there's some lone white supremacist racist on a hill. He's really sad because it's so hard to find other white supremacists like him. And you make out of that, oh, there's one! Oh my god, the whole world is under threat because there's this one idiot somewhere, or these 5 idiots somewhere. What the fuck is wrong with you? Most people have absolutely no fucking problem. They care about whether you are of good character. You know, the whole Martin Luther King Jr. thing.
Why do you think everyone liked Black Panther?
But Martin Luther King Jr. was white, so he's not to be listened to.
I can't believe that this guy is trying to equate Captain America to Obama.
Of course he is.
As if it's the same thing. It's
do you remember that Obama was re-elected?
I think there's a difference between the president and a superhero.
Do you remember that people were so white supremacist racist against Obama that they re-elected him?
Yeah.
We're so
what
racist.
reality do you live?
Yeah. Also, can I just ask a question, Wes? When do Germans actually say you're making an elephant out of his fly? Because I've never heard that one before. You seem to have so many different versions of a mountain out of a molehill saying.
Yeah, we do the elephant fly
And
thing. You do the mountain and molehill thing.
Yeah, but you've got other ones that you say, and it's just amazing how many you can make up.
Because
each time it's a new one, and I'm just like, what?
The wisp.
You learned it.
I don't have the English idioms at hand all the time. Sorry, I do know them.
You made a forest out of that shrubbery, and you're like, well, how many what?
Did I say that?
There's just so many different ones. It's just
Me.
I'm just like, I'm writing these down. I'm going to use them.
Yeah.
It's the Sesame Street with Wisp.
Someone should just make a Wisp and just have the quote of the day for Wisp. That'd be great.
You must return here with a shrubbery. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Ooh, and some nice pebble dashing.
And not too expensive.
Not too expensive.
A little white fence
we
around
wish
it.
We wish to require a shrubbery. No. Very well then. No. Sir, you can't do that.
All right, let's go.
You're going to kill the old hag.
Institutional racism is real.
Where?
There's no institutional racism. Okay, I love this. There is no institutional racism in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What there is, that is only in Falcon's head. In Falcon's head. Furthermore, in the first episode, with this bullshit of Falcon having to go because he's broke. The guy who worked for years worked for the government, for the military or whatever, with his super suit, his $1 million expensive Falcon bullshit wingsuit.
They could sell, yeah.
He has no money for the stupid boat of his sister, who lives off of fishing or something, and who's too stupid to cut potatoes, as you see in the ending scenes of the last episode. In the first episode, in the kitchen, they're preparing food or something, and then they're talking about a bank. And Falcon says, we don't trust those white folks. Or something very close to that. Word for word, that hard. Falcon is a hard racist against white people. Because he says he does not trust those white folks. And you're telling me, you're trying to gaslight me and everyone else to think that the problem in Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the white people.
Mm-hmm.
Being racist against the black people. When the only one who's ever racist is Falcon. And Jebediah, or what his name is. Even the police scene after they met this super serum experiment guy is completely innocuous, but the camera work is edited in such a fashion that you can get the impression, if you are primed to perceiving everything through the social justice lens, that it looks like a racist scene towards Falcon, when it isn't. It's completely innocuous, and even Bucky tries to de-escalate it. Everybody, including the police, tries to de-escalate it, and it's just Falcon acting out. It is really, if you watch this show with a neutral eye, Falcon is the greatest douche and racist in all of it. Institutional racism isn't the problem here. The banks just don't want to give out money to anyone who got blipped out.
And it's character
That's all.
assassination. This is not the same character as he was in the movies. It's such an insult to what they could have done with this character.
Yeah. Yeah, because socialists do not know how to tell any other stories but their political fetish stories.
Yeah.
You don't know anything else.
I would imagine
You don't know how to tackle real problems that we have today.
I would imagine people who want to build a house or own a house and they can't get a loan or a proper mortgage, like they wouldn't be entirely broke, but they have other options. So they would be like, okay, can I live somewhere else? can I build my own house? Can I rent? Can I do this, that, or the other thing? There would be other options. Like that's what I'm saying. There's other opportunities to live elsewhere, or to build your own place. So I would have liked to have seen some industrial nature to these supposed heroes and people who are very survival heavy, practical. They'd be like, what are my options? What can I do? As opposed to just being rejected by banks. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But also the Avengers,
though.
like, yeah, but the thing is, people come back from the snap. The Avengers exist. Falcon, just go to the Avengers. They know who you are.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, were any of you snapped?
Yeah, you need $100 or $1,000 to repair that stupid boat.
Yeah,
dude,
not difficult.
You're best friends with Tony Stark. Okay, he's dead now, but that's his whole company still.
Nah. Tony Stark's a racist too.
Isn't Pepper around?
No, she's a racist too.
Oh, because she's white.
Racist. Yeah.
She's
a spawn of Satan, actually. No, she's a spawn of Satan, but she's a woman.
She's a redhead too. You can't forget about that.
And she's a redhead, yeah. So she's double. She's like a twin spawn of Satan.
So he could only ask other black superheroes.
Yeah, so he'd have to ask,
Black Panther.
That one guy who was the king of a fucking African nation, but whatever.
Playing a game of Star Trek. Yeah.
Right. Oh god. Right. The Wakandans opened this stupid. Let's help the black people who are the ancestors of the slaves, maybe in the United States, instead of the actual starving people in Africa, who suffer under actual dictatorships and tyrannies. He could go there and say, "Hey, my sister needs some help with the boat. Can you help her fix her boat?"
Well, maybe what you meant to say is,
what you haven't to say is, my sister Umbo Bongo Bongo is building big floaty wooden things.
Whoa!
So you give paper money or jewelry, big shiny thing. Ooh.
Fix boat with vibranium.
Me.
Yeah.
Fix boat with shiny metal. Me give you help. I create magic light. And he's like
gorilla noises.
Yeah.
Right.
You eat.
Okay.
Don't eat chicken. Not enough, right? Huh?
All right. Here's Tyler Preston. Thank you.
Fancy food.
Here's a funny fact about Falcon in the comics. He was insulted when he learned that the only reason he was chosen to be an Avenger was because of affirmative action. He refused and went out to earn his place among the team based on his accomplishments.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Wow.
You're
That's
telling
awesome.
me the actual comic that social justice warriors like Turf Nation claim we're always political actually criticized affirmative action and made the original Falcon feel less because of it and inadequate. Made him feel like he had to earn his title for himself, not just have it as a hand-me-down, like you are doing with everything, like you are doing with him here. Oh God!
That's what they always do.
One more.
Thank you for that, because I'm not firm on the comics.
The comics are great. All the comics are really interesting, but the MCU is the only thing these people know because they don't like comics. They don't read them. So.
Yeah, I criticize the shit based on just what it is. If they had put that in the movie, it
would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been a great story, but it would have been politically incorrect.
All right, here's Toxic Drinker. Thanks for the donation. Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it out all to everyone all the time. That's from Anita Sarkeesian Fago. Thank you.
Did you say Fago?
I'm just reading what was written. So. Anyway.
Everything is toxic. Everything is sexist when you're something white or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow, I was really bopping to it.
Yeah, well. Let's go.
I'll release the album later.
Is built on. In that way, the
What?
show was very meta because it was able to address actual inevitable.
What is
criticism
It was just a
from
stupid
people
joke.
who would
Ignore it.
complain about a black Captain America on screen. To say that this topic isn't interesting,
We're.
anything that
Oh, sorry. I
Ah!
hate. Can you put? Why is this button so close to that thing? I'm sorry. I just. I want. Okay.
This is the reverse.
I'm sorry. I would like the progress bar to not be immediately attached to the play button. Anyway, where were we? Oh wait, nope. We said it a couple times.
Amen, is it?
Yeah, I haven't really slept last night. I'm sorry. But it was great fun. No, we've said a couple times that nobody has a problem with a black Captain America. But we have a problem with this individual person who is a bloody idiot with an inferiority complex who is a fucking racist on top of it all. He does not incorporate the principles of America, of the American idea. He doesn't. It's almost like he despises America. Because he thinks it's not like the thing that I'm promised. I'm full of the socialist propaganda, and therefore I can't see anything positive anywhere, and I'm sour all the time. This isn't.
Yeah, because of
this
the
really
one
isn't.
character Isaiah.
Yeah, this character is not worthy of being Captain America. Maybe he's not even Falcon.
He's barely even. Yeah, he's barely worthy of being called the Falcon. He should be called Miserable Black Man, and then that's it.
Okay.
Why is everything you say wrong, Curvation? Everything you say is projection. You accuse others of projection, but it's you who's projecting all the time. None of your arguments hold beyond 2 words.
It's odd because he was saying black heroes, like we wouldn't relate to them, and I'm just sitting there going, "Well, there's the Luke Cage show. Everybody liked that. What was that doing right? Where this show couldn't do right?"
This idea that white people can't watch black people on screen is the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because this argument doesn't even get brought up in, like, you say, like music or video games. It's like, oh, you can only listen to white people music. I'm like, what is white people music?
Yeah, they advocate for segregation. It's so weird.
Anyway, here's Toxic Drinker again.
Everybody has to stay in his lane.
Shouldn't a black Captain America really be Captain Africa?
No,
not really.
No.
We got Black Panther for that.
What are the principles of Africa?
Well, it depends on their military organization.
The principles of Africa.
Burn, loot, murder.
What?
No, principles of Africa: grass skirts, spears, and losing
That's
colonial
not Scotland,
rule.
is it?
Yeah, but what you brought up,
that's a bit close to Scotland.
This whole white people can't relate with a black superhero. So that's bullshit, because this is an argument from narcissism, where you assume that everybody is as narcissistic as you, where you are only capable to project yourself or see the world from the position of someone who looks like you. Luckily, most people aren't as retarded as that. Most people have actually grown out of that past the age of 8, 12, 16 at worst.
24.
Most people have grown out of that. Narcissists haven't. That's their problem. And to assume that all the world is like that is insane. You could say that maybe the real racists, maybe they are like that. Although there would be something up to debate. Because their points of contention seem to be of a different nature. You are the one who doesn't have empathy, because you say that white people, that includes you, I'm pretty sure, that you can't see the world from the eyes of Falcon because he's black.
We have to assume, right?
I would assume. Most SJWs are white as fuck. That's the other irony of this whole fucking bullshit. Like, the people who are against socialism are more diverse in race, ethnicity, sex, sexuality than the socialists are. The socialists are astonishingly homogenous.
The socialists just don't like interacting with black people. They care about their rights. They just don't want to interact.
Yeah.
They'd rather the blacks stay far away in their own separate areas and use separate facilities.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get at. Is this whole you are only allowed to enjoy things from your own culture that we designate is part of your race stuff, and this is where I say these people are not ethno-nationalists like real racists would be. Other people can be ethno-nationalists too, for better reasons, some for worse. But what these people are, the social justice warriors, is they are ethno-culturalists. They say you have this ethnicity, you have to have this culture. You have to do the things of this culture that we assign to you, and you are not allowed to do any things of any other cultures. They draw these lines, these quasi-nationalistic lines, these cultural nationalistic lines, in your head. They're not drawing them on the map, on the geographical map. They're drawing it in the heads of people.
All right.
And that is just as racist.
Here is Toxic Drinker again. Wisp, you got a too rosy picture of the people of the world. There's billions of idiots out there. Billions. Let that sink in. I don't think Wisp doesn't know that. I think he's well aware that there's billions.
I'm too aware, but thankfully, narcissists are still a minority. However, we are living in times where we have an influx of them. Because when the times are too good, people grow up less. And that is basically what that all plays into, the whole emotional immaturity thing. And this is where this whole proverb that is thousands of years old and all cultures on the planet have some version of it, is the good times make weak people. That's the narcissists. Weak people make bad times. That's where we're going into right now. Bad times make hard people, and those good people build good times again. And those good times then make weak people again. And that's the cycle that we go through. And we just usually
it's going to be enemy.
It's usually that every nation goes through that cycle on its own. So you have one people being weakened by this process, but their neighbors aren't. So it's always that there's always kind of a balance. What the problem we have now is that through this whole being interconnected with the internet, and we have the whole Western culture, like half the world, we are basically going through this process with the whole Western world, with half the planet at once. And that's where it gets dangerous. Because when another superpower then thinks, like China, oh look, the whole West is weakening itself with this absolutely decrepit bullshit. Let's exploit that. We'll get a problem. Because we don't have 20 nations next to each other that do this to each other. We have just two big players that do it to each other. There are some other big players on the planet, sure, but those are the most relevant right now, I'd say. And that's the problem. The Romans had a version of this with their golden and silver age and something, and I don't remember know the other two ones. The Hindus had a variant of this with their wheel of ages. Like the weak time is the Kali Yuga, Kali, the goddess of death, I think. And that's where the world falls apart. And after that comes a renewal, which is the good people make the bad times making hard people that make better times again. And that's the hard thing. And what I would like to figure out is how to force people to grow out of their narcissism while they can, so that they become mature people, that they get to higher levels of consciousness. And that's all defined terms in psychology. So just some of the yet unsolved things. If you find answers to that, write a dissertation. There's certainly a doctor title in it for you.
All right, let's go.
Was very meta because it was able to address actual inevitable criticism and hate from people who would complain about a black Captain America on screen. To say that this topic isn't interesting to explore in a show about a black Captain America shows us how little you care about issues of race. Also, when you say
you're blowing him out of proportion.
Their own opinions, what do you mean exactly? In your opinion, should Falcon have said, here are the pros to being racist and here are the pros to being anti-racist? Now you go ahead and choose which one.
What the fuck is he on about?
Fuck no. The topic of race should not be called identity politics, because it shouldn't even be a political question. One of the many topics the Falcon...
You're making it all about identity. You are defining someone's identity solely by race and sex. That's all that intersectionality is about.
First off,
which is against the basics that we learned from the Second World War in the fight about the Nazis, that we should not define people by their superficial traits. And you, with your intersectional social justice bullshit ideas, because that is the idea of social justice. Categorize people by their superficial traits, assign them different values based on those traits, and thereby judge their value as individuals and groups and pit them against each other.
I want to know where this meta-narrative of them thinking that the show is about the complaints people have before the show is out of a black Captain America. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's even in the show.
Yeah, I never heard that either. He's making that up. People hearing, it's a show about Falcon and Bucky. Sounds good. Cool. So far, sounds good. You have these characters. They're okay. Bucky is an interesting character. Falcon was a side character that barely had any screen time. Yeah, do something with him. Cool. But then you make shit out of it. That's the problem. And the thing I was saying is this whole social justice idea. The Nazis were doing nothing different. They were assigning values to different races and different religions and saying, this is the good race, this is the crap race. And the world would be better if the good race gets what it deserves, the good stuff, and the crap race just gets exterminated. It's the same logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about identity, and it's about fantasy identity. Like the Nazi race idea, that was complete bollocks. The Aryan magical race descended from giants from the Himalayas. Like, are you retarded? You must be retarded to believe that. And yeah, but that's what they thought they were. Magical beings. Just like we have now the what are they called? The black Hebrew Israelites who think their melanin is a magical substance that allows them to communicate with the universe. And because of that, they are alien descendants, while the white people just stole all their technology. Which is, by the way, the same thing that is retarded about the Nazis and the Jews. Because the Nazis claim that the Jews are evil parasites who just stole all the wealth, but the Nazis are the hyper-competent Übermenschen. But you get outwitted by people you think are the most decrepit things on Earth? And the Black Hebrew Israelites think the same, that the blacks were Kangs and had the super technology, super science fiction technology, and it was all stolen by the white people, these cave dwellers. How do you come up with that? How can the people you look down upon at the same time be hyper competent, but also the most incompetent?
Yeah, how can cave dwelling white people steal Wakanda level technology? No offense, just accept that Africa as a continent really just didn't. The necessity to invent more stuff wasn't there, because once you got to a certain technological level in Africa, they'd already beaten what they needed to do.
Yeah,
Africa is a huge continent with stuff. Like whereas in Europe, you've got numerous nations that were so close to each other fighting constant war. Necessity bred, more advanced technology to fight more wars. Whereas in Africa, it's like you could go hundreds of miles without seeing another tribe.
Oh, it's not just that. It's that in Africa the evolutionary pressure only went so far. When you have no winter, you have no need for long-term preparation.
True.
You can just live from week to week or month to month, but you never need to think. There's this horrible time of nothing coming, where it's cold as fuck, and it's like 4 months or more of it's so fucking cold we can't go anywhere. We need enough firewood. We need enough food. The animals we manage to domesticate also need to survive. And we're a family of a couple people. We have to build shelter for that, so we build better houses than straw huts. And we need all of these extra things, all of these extra inventions to get better through that time. All these inventions came along to get better through the time of strife that returns every year like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
So the Neanderthals certainly had a harsher time to deal with winter, because they didn't have the level of technology. But the moment we were able to build better shit, we kept improving on it. And winter is an evolutionary pressure. Most of Africa is missing that.
I mean, let's put it this way: most places except the Egyptians didn't even invent irrigation. So
because you didn't need to.
It's crazy. Yeah, you could just walk and fetch stuff.
Yeah, where foraging is more than enough.
Here is the Toxic Drinker one more time. Add the white cave beast stole all the tech from Ubermensch blacks? Yep, that sounds like Black Hebrews. Mr. Medicare had some good videos about that were comedy gold. Think they were called Black History Month or something like that. That's a pretty ridiculous topic to start revising history over. I don't know. That's probably something.
If you start saying all your stuff was stolen by cave-dwelling white people, I'm just going to be like, right. So the level of cope is through the roof already. Okay.
Anyway,
it's just such a silly. Yeah. Why would you?
Let's not go to that topic.
Isn't that funny? I was gonna say because sorry, I only heard him say like it shouldn't be political, but don't they say everything is political?
Yeah. The thing with activists is they're not all aware at the same time of 100% of the dogma and of the propaganda, and they will always say what is. For one, what is useful in the moment, and secondly, what still makes sense to them. The thing is, all the activists, depending on how much indoctrinated they are, every part where they're not aware of the dogma, where they're not aware of the gospel, if you will, they still fill with sane logic. Because they're still human beings technically capable of logic and reason and common sense. They're technically capable of that. So when they have parts of the ideology that they haven't heard what the ideology says about it,
I don't think he doesn't even know. He doesn't even believe what he does know. This is the problem. He's just parroting things that people seem popular or like and have been popular, which you sit back and say, well, if this was your actual feeling, you wouldn't need to criticize this entire video. You would just focus on the individual points that matter to you. Instead, he's just latching on to random statements and saying there's a meta-narrative about people not liking black Captain America. It's just like, I really don't think that's the case.
Yeah, and
What
the
is
thing
it?
is, we are able to identify so much more of where the stuff is popping up. Is we have interacted or witnessed through bits and pieces for every single one of these people. By now, 100% of the ideological demon, or nearly 100% of it. That's why we, as critics of the ideology, know more about the ideology than those who believe in it. This is the irony.
But there is one thing that I do find funny, is like, he's asking the question of, like, is America ready for a black Captain America? And I just sat there and go, like, I don't care whether America's ready, because I'm not American.
Yeah, and
In fact,
is
no one here on this podcast right now is American. No, we're all
They're
perfectly
just
fine.
laughing their asses off. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
But we're just a bit like. But here's the thing: it's the arrogance to believe that it's like, only America bad. At the end of the day, you can keep saying that, but I'm not American. Just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm American. Just because someone's white doesn't make him. I know he's in the Americas, but he's not from the United States of America.
Well, because he tried to say, what did he say earlier? He said white nationalist. What's a white nationalist? What does that even
What's a
mean?
white nationalist? What is a white nationalist?
But it only applies to white people. They only have that privilege.
Yeah, but what is the white nation?
Yeah.
What is the singular white nation then?
Mm-hmm. And it's also not the white people who define what the white race is. It's always the socialists, the opponents to it, that define who is part of the white race, and it keeps changing every week.
Like I said, people from Syria are classed as white.
Well, they technically, technically, if we go by genetics, as we did in the 90s, people from India are white. They're just very dark white people. Yes, they're just very dark white people.
Okay, that's enough. Let's keep going. That's
no,
too
it's
much
not
for
bullshit. George Carlin talked about this, for fuck's sake.
Smud Boy's Indian, if you think about
Let's
it.
just please keep going.
Well, he's a lot of other nations as well, so yeah, he could be Indian.
It's too outrageous for you. George Carlin had this in his program in the late 90s.
Yeah, but George Carlin was a stand-up comedian as well. So
yeah, but he also knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, but that's also like saying, like, Peter Kay, he does some good stuff, or Reginald D. Hunter. It's like, well, come on, I'm not going to take all my stuff from those people. They have good ideas, but let's not start talking about whether Indians are white just because George Carlin said something once in the 90s.
Not just because George Carlin said it. George Carlin did his research. The thing is that today race isn't even defined by haplogroup. It is instead defined by how much melanin do you have. The thing is, if I stay in Greece for 2 weeks, I will be darker than some of the lightest black Africans. Because I get a tan. That's a natural thing. That's a defense against the horrible, evil demon in the sky that burns everything.
I didn't know Donald Trump was in the sky.
Like the Teletubby son?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
video.
God, Donald Trump is a Teletubby son. But back to the video.
Oh my God, what are you guys talking about?
Illuminati.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm like a couple of beers in, so it's fine.
All right, let's go.
And the winter's up is the institutional inequality between races in America, which is a very important topic to educate the youth about. Because yes,
the institutional bullshit racism between races in America, dude, that is something that the left made up with affirmative action.
Yeah, but it's not in the movie. It's not in the show, right? It's not there.
Not in that way, no. And it's the left that is discriminating with that in the SATs against Asians because they have to get more points than the white people. And the black people have to get less points on the basis that they are black and the Asians that they are Asian. By the way, what happens if you have a black mother and an Asian father? What is your SAT threshold then?
7. I don't know. I'm not good at math.
What do you have to make? Do you have to make the Asian score or the black score? Or does it depend on what your phenotype ends up like?
You ask them, do they like Black Panther or do they like a Jackie Chan movie? And whichever one they answer, that's how you decide whether they're black or Asian.
Okay. Anyway, these distinctions between judging people based on their race, those were inventions by the Democrats, the Socialist Party, if you want to go that far,
or as I like to call them, the founders of the KKK.
That is also true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Young adults watch MCU movies. Let's be real, most of them aren't going to watch political debates about racism from credible people who know what they're talking about.
Like who?
That's not fun for them. The other alternative for these people is to watch videos from guys like you who turn the topic of racism and
by the way, that shield throwing scene, I don't understand why Falcon can do that. Because Steve Rogers could do it because he had the super serum and could think fast enough to understand where he has to throw the thing that it bounces off the correct way and can catch it without cutting off his arm. Mm-hmm. What is Falcon's justification to do these stunts with the shield? The shield has no magical properties, it's just a piece of metal.
He imagines he does the calculations like it's a basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Trigonometry just happens in your brain instantly.
Yeah.
This is a thing where that tells me that the writers of the show had no fucking clue what they're doing and how these characters work.
What, this was the first scene you realised he had no idea what they were doing. Okay.
And you can level the same criticism towards John Walker, but that is because the writers universally don't know how shit works.
That's because he's white. Yeah.
Okay.
All comes down to race.
So did Turf Nation said kids watch these movies, but they're not going to watch political videos? Why? Why would they? They're not going to comprehend this shit.
Yeah, but I just like the fact that like we're not going to watch. Kids aren't going to watch political videos. So just watch this
dickhead.
thing. Yeah.
What the heck? What is he on about? He just wants to brainwash kids now?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all this is for. That's what the left always wants to. They don't want to parent you and give you guidance and wisdom. They want to brainwash you. They want to mold you into the perfect socialist citizen. You have to have this one idea, this one faith. It's like if you have a Christian cult or any other cult, if you have an Islamic cult, doesn't matter. That has this one mindset, this one view on reality laid out, and you have to gobble it all up, and that is all you are ever allowed to accept. Because if you don't, you are a heretic and need to be sent to the gulag or the concentration camp. Same thing.
The gulag.
The goulash.
The gulag
where they make goulash out of you.
Be sent to the giant pot of soup. Okay.
One in the chamber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, because now I'm just thinking of when I say this, like a gazpacho.
The goulash archipelago. Yeah.
The goulash archipelago run by like a gazpacho.
Oh boy.
Another social into a question mark, basically telling them not to be anti-racism because you can't trust the government. YouTube is literally...
What did he say?
I have no idea. He's just talking gobbledygook for the past 30 seconds.
Was that even a grammatically correct sentence?
No.
He's the way he has his script structured. He's got to use all the buzzwords.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, he's not smart enough to find a way to transition from word to word.
He doesn't understand words.
Because that sentence was just a show that you're not supposed to be anti-racist because you can't trust the government. I'm like,
what does that even mean?
What?
Just for clarification, anti-racism is just racism where they put an anti before because they're just racist against other people now. And try to make that nice. That's the label. Mm-hmm. It's like Antifa putting an anti before the fascist, by which they claim, oh, we're not fascists because it says anti in front of our name. But we use fascist strategies because by all means necessary.
What if I'm like anti-freedom or something, or I'm anti...
Yeah,
anti-freedom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anti-freedom government party. I want to restrict everything you do.
And so it's like the anti-authoritarian party that is the most authoritarian.
Yeah, you laugh about that. There is an anti-freedom party in the UK. Yeah.
Oh,
but we just call them Labour. So,
and the National Socialists of Scotland.
Oh yeah, the SNP.
It all comes back to Scotland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that Scotland has an actual National Socialist Party. That is.
Ireland has a National Socialist Party, and one of its main contributors and everything is Jeremy Corbyn.
I'm not surprised.
And that's just hilarious. That he is literally part of the Irish National Socialist Party.
Yeah, because all socialism leads to fascism.
Yeah, but they actually call themselves the National. They call themselves the National Socialist Party, the Irish Nazis, and Labour go. These seem like good people. I'm like, are you?
Oh, that's great, Irish Nazis.
Yeah,
you imagine whenever they give commands to their officers.
I'm trying to think of how you can say Zeke Heil in an Irish accent. I just can't get my tongue around it.
Oh man, I want to try that now.
Gaelic.
See, guys.
Satan-
They're just
Gaelic.
trying to say Prost, yeah, baby, and then they're like, what?
It's takes 100 pounds
Here we
to take
salute.
down Sean McGuire.
Oh, top of the morning to you, Goebbels. Top of the morning to you.
I'm not helping myself. I have my friend Donkey.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I forgot what the hell this guy was saying because it didn't make any sense. But
He just went critical drinkers
Buzzwords, anti-racist, yeah. Kids.
You can't be anti-racist because the government is corrupt. What is that?
No, this is too much salt in my eyes.
all right, well, let's try for another minute because I don't see the point of this, even though we were supposed to finish this off. But there's really
No, yeah, it's hilarious.
it doesn't make any sense. You can't laugh. You're
Yeah,
confused half the
yeah, but
time.
in a good way. It's not like having to listen to
No,
Renegade Card or Tabernacle.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it is funny listening to you, Spud, go, wait, what? And just like, your brain just go, I don't, okay.
I have
Because
so many questions. to
Renegade
this
Card
guy.
and Tabernacle make me want to die inside.
Yeah, I
This
love when
doesn't.
someone's like, what
Like
are you
this is on the level of a response to Maggie Mayfish. I'm just constantly everything he says is like, what the hell did he just say? And I have to think
Yeah,
about
but you
it.
love Maggie Mayfish.
Yeah, but she's
I have to ask.
crazy.
I have
This
to ask
guy's
the-
just rambling.
Yeah.
I have
At
to
least-
ask
at least
the
with Maggie
question,
Mayfish.
should we blacklist this guy?
You're just preferring Maggie over this because she's a woman.
Yes.
No.
Spud hates women more
Are
than
you
he
sure
hates
about that,
Turf
Wes?
Nation.
No.
No,
She
but the thing
barely
is, at least with
registers as
Maggie,
one.
yeah, but at least with Maggie Mayfish, she's weird enough to like go from Iraqi artifacts to Hobby Lobby with abortion rights to then Star Trek 5. At
Yeah,
least
I
that's
mean,
an interesting swerve. Well,
That is
Turf
true.
Nation just goes, you can't be anti-racist because the government's corrupt. Because I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you're just like, I'm sorry.
I mean, okay, this is the light version of it. Okay, but you can't expect everyone to make stuff on the level of the goddess of chaos.
Yeah, but Maggie Mayfish is the sort of person who literally went to Star Trek 5 because Captain Kirk is the same name as Kirk Cameron. That's just amazing. Turf Nation has just said random shit. But I mean, honestly,
Yeah, women are good at crazy. They're good at retardation.
yeah.
All right, let's try to
Yeah.
salvage this, whatever it is.
With obvious people
Salvage.
like you. And it's so easy for people to fall down the alt-right rabbit hole. And sadly, it's damn hard to get out.
What the alt-right rabbit hole of
rabbit
Nick
hole.
Fuentes, the gay cat boy?
Oh my god, the alt-right rabbit hole. I just love the fact that the alt-right rabbit hole is literally everything that's not communism.
Yeah,
The alt-right
that's-
rabbit hole is a shallow bump in the road that is filled with gay people.
But the alt-right is literally every single thing that's ever existed in the world that wasn't communist, and you're just like,
It's another thing. Yeah,
that's fine.
that's
but
another thing
we're
that
talking about
the
a
left
damn movie
defines.
reviewer. Wait, how does this guy come to this conclusion?
Because it's just people who disagree with me are Nazis.
Yeah, it's easy. Well,
Let's vote for the SNP.
Vote for the Irish National Socialist Party.
They're endorsed by
Bring-
Jeremy
bring
Corbyn. You
Nazis.
have to like them.
Bring Nazis back to Ireland.
Oh God.
Anyway, every sentence is going
want
to
to kick you in the kistler.
Every few words are just.
I don't.
God. How could you write
Channels
that?
like these use the cover of humorous and critical film analysis to spread their alt-right misinformed and discriminatory...
Wait a second. How the hell is Critical Drinker alt-right? When was this?
He's literally just talking about the decline of Marvel, and he's
Everybody
Oh,
who doesn't
shit.
like the movies I like is a Nazi.
I don't like shit movies. Well, okay, Mr. Nazi. Okay, Adolf Hitler. How?
Okay, here's the thing. This guy, Turf Nation, I'm not gonna listen to a kid who can't play Minecraft because he cries about, oh, it's so toxic. and I'm bad at like really hardcore PvP servers or something. Like,
oh, that was this guy?
yes.
Oh,
He's the guy that complained about toxic fandoms within sitcoms or like Minecraft or the football community.
Oh,
and
God.
then Star Wars and...
The guy who went to the PvP Minecraft server and complained about being killed.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, you should just move on with your life. Whatever that means.
Oh, God.
Imagine
Who was
crying
this
over
guy? Oh, God.
I'm just... What are we doing?
I'm just.
I don't know. This is your YouTube channel stream thing.
Yeah, this is great.
That's how his channel started. He just did Minecraft. He talked about YouTubers. He follows the Jake Paul and Logan Paul thing. Great, dude.
Why?
I don't know. He enjoys it
so much. That explains so much. I don't know why. It's like a billion-piece jigsaw. It's just like falling
this is a kid trying to be a grown-up, and it's not working.
This is just. This is literally just descended into.
If you had these role models,
I know, this is just
or the lack thereof,
descended so badly into where. I like these Marvel things. If you don't like it, you're a Nazi. I don't like you. Wow. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, this is...
Well, here's a donation from Toxic Drinker again. Alt-right founder Richard Spencer is a socialist. He is? I have no idea.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He
is. Yeah. No, he actually. He is. Yeah.
He's happy. He's super happy that Biden won. Because for all the horrible racist policies of Biden and Harris.
Well, let's put it this way, right? Everything always makes me laugh when people say that Richard Spencer was the far right or alt right. He was allowed on CNN and he was allowed on news stations. He's not far right. There's no way that he'd be far right.
I say he's a glowy.
To CNN and all that, the furthest right they'll allow is, I don't know, a guy who says Stalin's a bit iffy. No, people who say Stalin's a bit iffy, because unless you're 100% communist, they're like, far right. That's the problem.
They're trying to paint Stalin and the Soviet Union as not left wing now. They're trying to put it in the same category as Hitler. It was actually right wing. Yeah. Because it was just so bad. It can't be left wing. Because if it was left wing, it would be good.
Well, because they're all following Mao now, aren't they? Because he was the next one, and like in 10 years' time, Mao will be bad. Then we've got to listen to who was a communist leader in the 1990s that we'll have to listen to for the next 20 years. I don't know.
Anyway,
Castro.
Castro.
The thing is, they throw all the horrible socialist communist leaders into the right wing, into the right field, so that their field can be clean and good, so that they can produce more of this tyrannical shit. And there's no space left in the right wing field because it's full of these horrible shit people. And this is where it becomes clearer that the Overton window that the authoritarian left wants to sell us is that the political spectrum is only the left authoritarian window. Like they think everything happens in the left authoritarian window, in the red square. And nothing outside of it exists.
All I know is we're slowly getting all the people who had really cool mustaches on the right side of history. So,
Sure. Okay. Anyway, back to the video.
No, there were some left wingers with good mustaches.
Oh, Stalin's no longer there, and he had a great mustache. You know, he's on our side now.
Anyway.
Opinionet to ignorant viewers who sometimes just don't know better. There are a lot of assholes in your comment section, but you also have viewers who just don't.
Wait, was that Cedar?
Wait a minute, hold on, I want to read that comment. The
Cedar
feminist
Public-
demand a strong female character, but then they try to cancel one only because she can't be controlled by them. Sounds like hypocrisy to me. What's
that
bad
is,
about
yeah.
that? How's
Gina
that misguided?
I guess it's the Gina Carano story.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So this is
We're gonna
misguided?
get
How's
Gina
this
Carano
misguided?
again?
How's
We-
this
We
misguided?
don't know exactly what she's referring to. We can't say.
She could literally be talking about, I don't know.
Because didn't Critical Drinker make a video about that?
Yeah, but this is
Mhm.
within
but it could
this
be about
video.
anything. Yeah, but it could be about anything. This could literally be about. She could be replying to Critical Drinker's story about, you know, a video about, I don't know, fucking Cats the musical. I don't know. It could be anything. Just
Cats.
without the context, it's like, is it from
all
this
he ever
video?
does.
I don't know.
Maybe it's from his own video, and he thought, "Oh, I can use it to attack my enemy."
I like
instead.
how-
I don't know.
I like how in editing he tries to be apologetic or at least nice about it, but every time he opens his mouth, he's swearing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I really
well,
hate
after-
that. It's like,
he-
I don't
it's
mean to
like-
call them out, but they're all pieces of shit, and they deserve to die. But nothing against
like
them
this-
personally.
Yeah, it's like me calling all these people cunts and then in the comment section, oh, by the way, I was only joking. Lol, no hard feelings. It's like, oh, cool, thanks.
Well, we'll ask Cedar
But
if
that's
she changed her
fine,
name to
but
Cedar
you're gonna get a
Pumpkin, so-
reaction.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't think that is Cedar who
No.
did that. I just think it's just someone called Cedar Pumpkin.
Yeah.
But you know, ironic,
Oh,
really.
okay.
All those crazy Gaelics and their words. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go.
There are a lot of assholes in your comment section, but you also have viewers who just don't care about politics, and so they end up learning about these topics from all the misinformed, agenda-driven reactionaries on YouTube.
Well, so
Wait
what
a
is
second.
wrong with not?
Wait a second. You're trying to tell me a reactionary is agenda driven when you previously said they are rebelling
They are.
against the agenda of someone on the left?
Oh my god.
And that's the agenda. I don't know.
So when I
What?
reply to some video by whatever socialist fellow,
Turf Nation.
I have an agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your agenda?
Yeah.
So
Again,
not
nation.
only do I have to reply to the video, therefore I have an agenda, and therefore I'm also alt-right or whatever denomination of right-wing
Yeah.
leaning.
Yeah, that's
You know-
that's how it would work. Yeah.
You know what I'd say? The low audience numbers of all these things, of all these shit things that have too much of this propaganda in them, tells me that the vast majority of people understand that this is shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
he got dislike bombed for this.
He
Yeah.
thinks that there needs to be more of the propaganda out so
Yeah.
that people can be brainwashed into believing it.
He is
But
complaining.
people are just outright rejecting it, not because they listen to any critique of it, but just because they themselves can see this is crap.
Yeah, he's complaining the layman who watches Drinker's video are being indoctrinated somehow or influenced by his politically savvy commentary, which is like, no, it's not. That's not
Which is
happening.
not political.
He's not talking
Mhm.
about politics. He's mentioning it and saying this is what I don't like, but he's not saying this is the proper
Yeah,
way to
what-
think, citizen. It's like, no, he's not saying any of that crap.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
what
it's
is
this
so wrong
projection.
about people not caring about politics?
Yeah, but
I'm
but- yeah,
sorry
but
that
his
not.
thing- But Eric,
No,
this is
normal
the thing,
people just want to live their
projection.
lives.
Yeah, but Turf Nation wants people to be indoctrinated by YouTube videos. That's the thing. He believes YouTube videos only exist to indoctrinate people to your way of thinking.
Hmm.
So he just that's
Well, that makes
this
him
is
an
showing
idiot.
that he. Well, there's a lot of other things that make him an idiot, Eric. But well, yes, this singular point here does make him also an idiot.
Everything
but
is propaganda, everything is
the thing-
agitation, everything is projection, and you have to point it all out.
No, look,
Yes.
look, people. What is everyone supposed to be a politician now? Whenever they watch a movie and everything.
Yes,
What?
yes.
Yeah, from
You know,
that point of view,
I just want
yes.
to be a chef. I just want to be an artist. I just want to be.
Yeah, no, your cooking is
Uh,
political.
Yeah, your cooking's political.
Yeah, your cooking is political.
You're frying rice. You're obviously an Indian or Asian
Yeah, because you're frying rice.
Expat.
Where's your rice?
Supremacist,
Where's your rice
yeah.
from? How was it harvested? Is it ecological? Where
Was it farmed
the
by
farmers
child laborers?
paid fairly? What was used for shipping it? Was that ecologically with a good carbon footprint?
Yeah, the company, you know, is it SJW?
What kind of water are you using? Is it filtered? Is it does it have fluoride in it?
Yeah, is it
Whom are you serving it?
safe?
If it's black people, are you charging them less because you should, because reparations? How are you paying your other helpers in the kitchen? Your employees? How dare you have employees? Are you making profit? That is theft, and so on.
Oh my god! You know what's
political.
so funny is the fact that somewhere there's a fucking tool who actually thinks like that. There's somebody who actually thinks like the way that Whisper's just spoken.
Oh, absolutely. It's only increasing. You know, we've already gotten articles about how food is
Mostly
racist
this is where the ideological demon comes in, because I know what or I have come across at least one person for each of these points.
Mm-hmm.
And now you put all of that into one person, and you would have all this mess at once. And that's the that is the extreme finesse.
But the best thing you should do is just do nothing and grow up. So
That's interesting, because I think Turf Nation should grow up, move on with his life, stop making videos.
Oh, yeah, he should just take his basic clothes, a knife, and go out into the woods for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Wait,
do your own hunting.
are you going to tell him to go find some hobos? Because we've been over this before. It's not
Find
a good
some
idea.
hobos
To be...
No, hobos are not in the woods.
Why play Red Dead?
How do you-
There are
how do
very
you
few
know?
hobos in the woods.
How do you know where the hobos are?
No, we're
They're
not
usually-
talking about hobos. Stop it.
They're parks in cities, not in the
Stop.
woods.
Stop it. No.
I
No more. No more hobos.
for my meat.
Good God.
We are done, gentlemen.
Okay, we have a blacklisted topic. Okay.
Jesus.
This
No
kid,
more.
I
didn't
hate
bring
this kid.
bring it up. That was Hawk.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
just talking about go out
Yes,
in
and
the
then
woods
your
for
brain
2
will
weeks.
start going, hobos, I know lots about that topic. Let me start talking.
It's almost like I know how Wisp works. And I can just get them.
The key words do not say around with.
Oh, that's easy. That's just mention any word, and I will start telling a story.
Oh, God.
It's not that difficult.
Like, do not mention hobos,
complicated.
narcissism, socialism, or transgender. Just
Or how
don't do
about
those
food?
words.
You have no idea how many other topics are still untapped.
Oh, God. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, we're only at 11 minutes.
And become a man.
So I don't think we're going to finish this today. This is taking way too long.
Hobo non grata.
Oh,
I like that.
let's go.
Play Hobo's Wrath and merge them both together.
Please no. Anyway, 11 minutes. We have 8
let's keep
minutes
going.
left.
We can do
Okay,
this.
let's go.
We can do this.
People enjoy watching your videos because they think they're harmless, funny, and insightful, but they don't realize the nonsense you're preaching about. One thing I
Nonsense.
despise about
Protection.
reactionaries on YouTube is how they always ramble on and on about how SJWs can't stop talking about identity politics and social issues. But you
Yeah, that's what you're doing in this video.
What you're doing? What are you talking about?
That's the only thing you've been doing in this
I made,
video.
like, 2
You've been
points of it
talking
in
about
this entire
identity
video.
politics with the whole race shit, and
Exactly.
you are the one who constantly you use the very words social issues.
Social
Oh
issue,
my
yeah.
god!
You
Movies.
said you
No.
said no, but he said you have to care about it. But then he says you don't have to talk about it. Like what?
I just can't believe he just went. Pure Drinker goes on about SJWs just talk about social issues. It's like SJW stands for Social Justice Warrior. Of course they talk about social. What the fuck? What?
Okay, to his credit, I don't think he's insane. I think he's just
To his
dumb.
credit,
No,
I
he's a
don't
dumb
think he's
kid. He thinks he knows everything that is to know about everything. You know, he's an expert in history. He's an expert in philosophy. He's an expert in the statistics on white people and black
He is an
people. I
actual
don't know.
expert in media critique. That's why he can talk like this all the time.
He's a film analysis. I don't. God damn.
I just love the fact that Wish like best thing you can say is, well, I don't think this guy's insane. It's like, oh, well, you know.
We've eliminated that he's crazy. The other conclusion is he's ignorant or stupid. So it's one of those.
Yeah.
I rather prefer if he was insane. Then it makes sense.
Oh.
Well, the way I see it is he's very soft-spoken, so he's not as confident in his words. And you could argue that, well, his setup for his mic is not very good. But I would argue, no, he is not confident in what he's saying. He's not emboldened. He's not passionate. So he's sort of like, this is so silly.
Hi guys, everything is so toxic.
Yeah.
We have to talk about social issues, and it's like, holy shit.
If you've recorded yourself for a video like this, and you can hear the nervousness and the throughout a video, it's a bit like what someone says, I don't think you believe in what you're saying. So
yeah,
the fact
you
he's
hear lack of
swearing so
confidence
much
in
is
his
a good
voice.
example of that.
I mean, how long is this video? He's still
a
on
lack of confidence. Yeah, I can hear a lack of confidence in his voice because the stuff that he's going over, it feels like he's just reading from someone else's script. It doesn't feel like this is coming from him.
I'm not
This
sure
just
he's
feels
reading
like
a script.
Maybe his
Well,
mom made it.
no. What I mean is, it's like
His mom?
Well, I mean, he's a dumb kid. Let's be honest.
No, but what I feel like he's watched another video, like a Tabernacle video or something like that, and he's just taken what's been said there, and and just like spewing out like what Tabernacle says, but in his own way. It's like it's not what he truly believes; it's just what he thinks people in the circles he wants to fit into want him to say. That's what I believe.
Without actually having friends.
He really needs. Yeah, he really needs friends.
Yeah.
He's tired of his mom being his best friend.
No,
and she can't stand him.
Yeah, she wants him out of the house. Stop making dumb videos.
She wants him out of the house because her 20-year younger boyfriend wants to move in. We don't get on together.
I always question the parents of bread tubers. It's just like, where did you go wrong? Like,
No, I bet the parents are really incredibly loving and caring and all that. It's just the fact that these kids just, like Whispers, are probably
maybe they loved them too much. Maybe that's where they went wrong.
Yeah, I believe they have Oedipal parents.
I don't know.
It's the most likely explanation.
Anyway, let's
to me in my little insane world.
Here's Toxic Drinker again. Hobo Tough Life on Steam is a better game than Mass Effect Andromeda. Well, that's arguable, but I agree.
There's a lot of games better than Mass Effect Andromeda. Russian Roulette is a better game than Mass Effect Andromeda.
All chambers loaded, right?
Yeah, all chambers loaded. Yeah, Russian Roulette was a fucking flop.
Glock, that's great.
All right.
Just play Asura's Wrath.
No.
Yes!
Stop this!
See, look! Smud, I told you.
Video game? I know a video game. It's called Asura's Wrath.
Play it.
It teaches you family values and social issues.
We should just have a stream on Asura's Wrath. We'll watch Wisp play it for an hour and get it out of his system. And
an hour?
What?
This is a 10-hour movie.
Oh,
you've got 1 hour. That's it. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
This is a 10-hour movie. All to Dvorak's Ninth Symphony.
Okay. All right.
We're not doing a 10-hour stream.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a 2-word joke, but you had to do the whole big thing.
All right.
Yeah, this is your fault, Smud.
11 minutes and 20 seconds. We passed 15 seconds. That's great. Let's keep going.
New world
Showing
record.
on these topics is you talking about identity politics and social issues. And
You are
don't
bringing up
fucking
race all the
stop.
time.
You don't like it when media shoves politics down your throat, but that's exactly what you're doing to your viewers.
No! No!
Where?
What you're doing, what
Where?
these movies are doing,
Oh my God.
they're ham-fisted,
So he's- so-
they're ham-fisted moralizing PSA bullshit.
No, Wisp. He's admitted that these things are shoving politics down people's throats.
How?
But that's okay. Because it's politics he agrees with. But when Critical Drinker talks
can
about
interpret
it
it that
saying
way.
it's bad, yeah, but when Critical Drinker mentions it and says, it's not that good, no, that's a no, that's bad.
Well, I want to ask this in general to chat. You guys probably have seen Critical Drinker's videos, or at least this one we're talking about. What's the agenda or what's the message that he's sending to his audience about identity
He's just
politics?
saying he's not
Drink
excited
more.
for Marvel Phase 4. The most he's excited for is probably Guardians 3.
Yeah, but
That's what I
what
can
does that
gather
have
from
to
the
do
ending
with the
of that.
message of political identity and identity politics?
Nothing.
To be honest with you, the most he says is the political identity stuff is sort of ruining all these stories because that's the main focus. It's not the focus of these movies isn't characters, stories, or entertainment. The focus is political agenda, and he goes, and that's
Yeah, but he doesn't spend his entire video on that.
Yeah, the
And
point
yeah,
of
I
these
know.
movies is ham-fisted moralizing propaganda that you are supposed to agree with and therefore like the movie. And the thing is, all of the things that these topics address, you could have as elements in these movies if they're well written. The problem is when you write them well, you usually give them some more room to breathe. They're more neutrally depicted, and you can draw your own conclusions. And that's when you usually get a better story. And it's still obvious who's the bad guy and who's in the right. Quite often. The problem is, SJWs don't understand such stories. Because they can't think for themselves. They have to have it spelled out. This is a good thing. This is a bad thing. You are not to do this. That makes you a bad person. That's how they need it. They need the propaganda because they do not understand anything more subtle than a brick in the face. And so they think we need that to learn about all these things when we already did that from far better movies.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry that people can think for themselves.
Here is the Mechanist. Let's keep going. Here's $1.11. Thanks for the donation. I leave town for a few days, and I missed Batman vs. Light, Weeb Day that mentioned Tanya, and Smud challenging me to write a Death Race type story. Well, I did that in Halo 3 already. Oh, cool. This is what I get for leaving. Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You come back and get to watch the first stream, and it's like this one. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, here we are.
Oh, well.
And we're never going to be done with this thing. This is every time he opens his mouth, I'm just astonished.
Why?
Yeah.
He thinks
What
Critical
did
Drinker has an agenda, and I'm like, good writing, maybe?
No, it's like he's going like, how dare Critical Drinker have an agenda? Only my side can have an agenda. It's like, okay.
Yeah, look at all these people falling in the rabbit hole. Like the best you can say is like he's just saying what they're already thinking. Like
but this is literally bitching and moaning because Critical Drinker is more popular than he is, and that's it.
I don't think it's that.
I
honestly don't think it's that.
I think it's because he believes that because Critical Drinker's more popular, he's got more influence on YouTube, and he can brainwash people.
I could say that of Sheep in the Box to me, just because that he actually was pointing out his sub count and my sub count and all these other nonsense things. But I don't think this is even a fair comparison to make that assessment because he is so small in Critical Drinker is so big. Like it's not even like something to consider.
Yeah. I think he's more of like, how can I use this as an opportunity to grow? I mean, look at his bio. You know, he has all those tags for those special keywords.
He is trying desperately to be relevant and popular and to catch on and to be YouTube person, maker, creator thing. It's ridiculous.
Abandon Minecraft, embrace BreadTuber.
He has posted his name, his channel name 6 times in his description, as well as the tags. There's a certain box for tags.
Is that desperation?
I don't know. It's retarded.
It's just confusion.
There's no reason to do that. You don't put like, I don't know.
It is desperation. It's just like mom, mommy, mom. You know, like, oh my god, what? What do you want? You dumb kid.
I think the most tags I have on my YouTube video is park, walk in. And that's it.
You didn't put your name like 500 times to make sure that the
YouTube. No.
Anyway, we're at 11:35. I don't think we're gonna get done. This is taking way too long.
Wisp.
We still have an hour.
Hold out. Yeah, just hold out for at least like say 30 seconds before you make a point.
You are asking.
Can you do that?
Do you have any idea what you're asking of me?
Wait 30 seconds to become a man.
I don't want to be a man.
All right, let's go.
Anyways, this video could have been an insightful discussion from an enthusiastic film lover about the possible problems that can arise in Phase 4 of the MCU. Instead, it's breeding ground for his hatred of female empowerment and sex. It seems like everything he knows and has studied about filmmaking just goes out the fucking window as soon as a woman plays a key part in a movie. But anyways, the hundreds and thousands of fans of The Critical Drinker are probably gonna say,
well, how can he be misogynistic and sexist if he defended Gina Carano,
who's a woman? And this is one of the only counter-arguments you will ever hear from people being called racist or sexist. Basically,
okay, we for how many hours have we taken his bullshit apart?
More than
at this point.
2 hours now.
Talks about female empowerment.
Yeah, what the hell? What is that?
So he's not going to explain that. He thinks showing women on screen makes female empowerment. Then go watch some porn, you idiot. The thing is, what he thinks female empowerment is to show Mary Sue's. Flawless women that have no weaknesses and get everything done and need no man. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. Good female characters we've had throughout media history. And we've brought them up numerous times, and you act as if they don't exist.
It's almost like,
or you take one of them and say, "Oh, this is their only. This is these people's only ever example." When we bring up dozens, just like with the black superheroes, we bring up a dozen of them.
Yeah, but movies didn't exist until 2015.
If movies didn't exist before he started watching them. And
no, movies didn't exist before Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That was the very first movie ever made.
Yeah, it was the first movie with a female protagonist, and then Captain Marvel came out, the first movie with a female protagonist, and then the CW Batwoman show came out with the first ever female protagonist, and then She-Man came out with the first ever female protagonist. Yeah, fuck it. The thing is,
oh my god.
Period time.
I'm losing my brain cells right now.
And the thing is, what he thinks female empowerment is hand-me-down power.
Yeah.
No, but hand-me-downs are not empowerment. Well, he thinks it's empowerment because here's your power ring, you incompetent bitch. Now you have more power. You are empowered now.
I guess
no, that's not how it works.
Another man's treasure, right? I guess a woman in this case.
You know, men don't get their positions.
One man's trash is another woman's treasure.
Yeah. You know, men don't get their positions handed down. They have to fight for it. They have to work hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
And women think,
Yeah.
because they see, also the idiotic women, not all women, they see, oh, this man is in that position, and I am not. That is unfair. I should have that position. It should be given to me. That's what they think empowerment is. They do not see the hard work that man had done for years of his life to get there. The women just want it because they don't have it at this point. That is narcissistic women. That's not all women.
No, obviously not.
That's thankfully not the majority of women either. Feminism is largely rejected by women.
Growing. It's getting out of control a little bit.
Yeah. That's the weak times I talked about.
Yeah.
I also like this pause screen. Accurately represents this entire video.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I just want to bomb it from orbit. So
yeah. So I did wait. I did wait my 30 seconds. Should I do it again?
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Another 30 seconds, you can do it.
I know someone who's from that social group, so I can't be racist or sexist. And this argument just doesn't hold up.
Why?
Many of the misogynistic men who are in favor of a patriarchy are straight. And they all likely have
what are we talking? What the
what?
What the fuck are we? What? Let me rewind this, guys. I am lost. What the hell is this guy talking about?
This is amazing. This is amazing. This is my Maggie May fish. You love Maggie May fish. I love Turf Nation. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Wow.
I don't want him blacklisted. I want to keep doing this.
This is amazing.
Stop. Guys. Let's just listen to what he says, so I can laugh again.
I want to hear that again.
Called racist or sexist. Basically, it goes like, well, I know someone who's from that social group, so I can't be racist or sexist. And this argument just doesn't hold up. Many of them.
First off, at least we know people from those social groups. Most of you SJWs don't even do that.
Is that even an argument? I've never heard someone say, "I know a person from a group, therefore I'm not racist." Like, what the hell?
I have black friends.
What does that even mean?
If anybody, the SJWs make that argument.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a projection. It's also a projection, and maybe it's also jealousy because many of them don't have black friends or female friends. When they always call others their opponents incels. So lots of the SJWs are not getting laid.
I think you're giving this guy way too much credit. Friends in general, not adjective friends. He has no friends. This person does not talk to people. He has no concept of friends.
He surely talks to people on his Discord.
This is like saying I'm not racist against Mexicans. I have a house cleaner. It's no makes sense.
Yeah, but hockey don't pay me that much.
You're lucky that I pay you at all for the job you do, but
that's a good point. Yeah, I should be more grateful.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is like no one makes this argument. It's like I'm not racist. I went to that Starbucks and they have a black employee there. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not racist.
Never complained about that black employee.
And I have I go drinking with Lenny.
Yeah, but this is not just. This is not just. I know someone.
I watch basketball.
It's like I know someone from a social group. It's like that could be anything. That could be some guy you saw at the store. That could be a guy at the bar. That could be someone at the community center. I don't know. Just some guy. He's black. I'm not racist. I know a black guy.
I'm not racist because
I went on safari once. I went to Africa.
I'm not racist because I saw a black guy and I didn't punch him in the face.
No, I'm not racist. Ooh. I'm not racist. I saw some black people and I didn't cross the street. I'm not racist, you know.
I just tensed up really hard.
Yeah, and I just
I get black customers. Okay, they love my product.
Uh-huh.
But I am looking forward to the patriarchy Misogynistic patriarchy.
The
Because
patriarchy.
Everything-
Oh my
that-
god.
That
was
sentence is so broken.
Let's go.
Group, so
Okay.
I can't be racist or sexist. And this argument just doesn't hold up. Many of the misogynistic men who are in favor of a patriarchy are straight, and they all likely have a wife or a girlfriend whom they love very dearly.
Patriarchy. You mean Muslims?
What?
So wait a second. These
Wait,
people,
what?
these people who are misogynistic. This is the same shit that Xander pulled. If you're married, you could still be a misogynist if you love a woman or some bullshit. So,
If she's just a sex slave to you.
but you're also part of the, or you believe in the patriarchy, which is, I don't even know how that's a thing. But okay, I believe in Jesus Christ or some nonsense. It's like I have a religion. I believe in an imaginary figure in the sky. It's like, okay, really? Is that going to make me hate women or hate?
So wait. I have to ask Turf Nation because he's such a dumb kid. Was your dad part of the patriarchy? Was he a misogynistic pig? Even though he was married to your mom, right? Or are they divorced now? So maybe he's not a misogynistic pig anymore.
No. He's a misogynist pig if he marries her, and he's the misogynistic pig if he divorces her.
But here's the thing. Okay. So the only people who can be 100% not misogynistic are gay people.
I want to know
supposedly
the ending of this sentence, because this is really, I mean, it makes no logic.
No, women.
No, it makes no logic if you're saying, well, you could still be hateful towards women if you're married to one. I'm like, okay, that's, I mean, a marriage waiting to break, but that can't be every single man out there. So what is your conclusion?
But you can be married to a woman.
People never talk about the abuse of that wives commit towards their husbands and children. Never once.
But the thing is, you can be married to a woman and love her to pieces, but still not like another woman. Doesn't mean you're misogynistic. You can dislike singular people. Well,
that's what
if you say something,
everybody.
But if you say something negative about Shemima Begums, then you are a misogynist.
They have this blanket broad brush where it's like, okay, well, you hate all women except this woman. Oh, and except your daughters. Oh, and except your brother's daughters, and bada bada bada.
And except the 98% of women that you're apathetic towards.
That you've never met, never heard of. Yeah.
If you have kids, but does that mean you still hate kids?
People can dislike or worse, people based on an individual basis. That doesn't mean they hate them or dislike them or fear them because of their sex or their skin color or their race or whatever else trait you are obsessed with. You're all obsessed with superficial traits. You are the identitarian.
Anyway, let's
go. The only thing I'm going to say is this: I have two ex-girlfriends. One who I could, if I ever met her again, I'd be okay talking to her. The other one, I literally think deserves to be kicked into the sun. I think she's an absolute bitch. Does that mean I hate all women? No, I just hate one singular woman. But so it's just weird. It's just a weird argument. So
anyway, okay, let's go.
Or at least they have one. You don't have to be abusive to be sexist. A man can still be indirectly against equality between the genders for various reasons.
Sexist, not genders. And you, social justice idiots, you are not for equality between the sexes. You're not. You want privileges for women.
I'm
without responsibilities. That is not equality.
This is.
But the thing is, he's now saying you don't have to be abusive to be abusive, and you're like,
this is gibberish. No, this is absolute nonsense. He's arguing.
That's what I mean. Once you say you don't have to be abusive to be abusive, it's like, well, what the fuck? Everything's fucking.
Yeah, here's a synonym for the thing I just said. I don't.
He's trying to say you don't have to be super evil to be a little bit evil.
What were you saying, Smug?
Well, no, he's just using a synonym for the thing he just described. I'm like, dude, where are we drawing the line here with your semantics? Because I'm already lost. You don't know what the freaking hell you're talking about, and you're trying to describe someone's character you've never met about a video you barely grasp. I don't even think he watched the damn thing. Like this is really bad.
Yeah.
You watch the first minutes.
Yeah, it's oh man, I don't even know what to evaluate anymore.
This
This is just stupid because the thing is, the line, you don't have to be abusive to be abusive. It's like, well, then you're just making up. You're just making up a level, but you can just change whenever you want to make anybody abusive of stuff. You can't win.
So
it's a
what
losing
if I
battle for anyone who's not you?
because if I breathe the same air as you, does that mean I'm already abusing you because I'm taking your air? Does that mean you should put a knee on my neck and I won't say it, but like I just
And the idea of liking and disliking certain rights, I don't see a problem with that. If you want to say, hey, women should not have full rights to your children for whatever reason, make an argument. Maybe that's what you believe. Great. You can do the same thing with men. Go for it. What's wrong with this? Is why we have law. Not everyone agrees on it. In certain states and certain parts of the world have different laws. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think fathers have to have a say in the well-being of their children.
Sure. I mean, there's all kinds of nuances to living. And it's like, dude, what's wrong with that? Choose the life you want to lead. Live the place you want to live.
Why aren't you talking about men's rights? Yeah. Like, look, dude, because this is a dumb kid that we're talking about. I just assume he's doing this just so he can get laid.
Well, he said gender rights.
It's very...
Okay, I don't know what the frickin' hell gender rights are, but okay.
Gender rights.
The right to make up your own bullshit for special points.
Gender rights. What the fuck? Where in the law
I
is
assume
gender
he's trying
rights?
to get laid. It's like, come on.
No way. No, he's not. No.
Although, I mean, to be fair, maybe in the last video, I think he said he had a girlfriend, so I don't know, whatever.
No, Eric, I'm going to say right now, the guy who cried at the giraffe in Last of Us Part 1 has got a better chance of getting laid with his video than this guy does.
Well, he's married. He's married, so that's...
Well, he's married.
Yeah, he was married after Last of Us, so he was crying beforehand, and he still got laid with it.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if he was married before, or because he had to learn what love was, and that's when he played Last of Us 2, or was it 1?
Yeah, he's waiting for Last of Us Part 3 so that he can finally get laid. That's
so he knows what children are. Yeah, that's
satisfy
what
a
he'll learn.
woman.
Taxes come in Last of Us Part 3, and then he'll learn how to do his taxes in Part 4. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah,
God, I'm just waiting. Like Grand Theft Auto must have like teached him how to drive.
Oh my god!
It's like, oh, this is the gas pedal.
I learned how to be Italian by playing Vice City. Yeah,
I'm glad Eric said Grand Theft Auto taught him how to drive and not how to interact with hookers. That was
I'm surprised Last of Us didn't teach him how to shoot weapons.
Oh, guns are bad, right? Except when we use them.
Guns bad. Except for the Communist Revolution, at which point guns good.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Anyway, let's get back to gender rights. Straight men being misogynistic.
It's as simple as this. The critical drinker likes Gina Carano because her alt-right ideals align with his.
She's not alt-right, you bloody idiot.
That he likely also holds. He doesn't care.
Everybody who's not a raving socialist like you is an alt-right Nazi to you. You are insane. You do not understand nuance.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro.
You're insane. All you can do is black and white thinking.
Yeah.
Grow up. You are an immature child.
This is literally, you're either full communist or you're alt-right, and it's like there's no in between.
Then you're my enemy. Just quote that movie over again.
Yeah, Gina Carano does not buy into the feminist bullshit. That makes her evil already. And then she makes an apt comparison with the times of Weimar and the Nazi times, where people are stoked to be hostile and rat out their neighbors. Hostile towards their neighbors and rat them out. which is exactly what's happening now. She got called out for, or rather, she got cancelled for that because it's true. It's what's happening right now.
Yeah,
How can she claim this
Carano,
is like this? She's making her. She's claiming she's like the Jews, that she's persecuted like the Jews by the left, who are the good people. They could never do that. Like,
yeah, but it's
meanwhile,
but it's like
Jew Ben Shapiro, wanted her to make a movie or something with his own studio or something.
Yeah, but didn't you know Ben Shapiro is a Nazi?
Yeah. But the main thing is, Gina Carano literally said, listen, the Democrats are using the same tactics as what the Nazis used. And the lefties all went, hey, we resemble that remark, let's cancel her. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, because she pointed out the truth.
Yeah. And the truth
this is why I say all socialism, without exception, all socialism leads to fascism. Because socialism is about totalitarianism. Always. There is no liberty in it. Yeah. Stop calling them liberals. They are not liberal. They never were, they never will be.
Yeah, exactly.
Socialism is the opposite of liberalism. Of any sort of liberalism. Right-wing, left-wing liberalism, socialism is the opposite of it.
All right.
I can't hear Americans call these ass-twats liberals anymore. You're not ever getting a liberal movement ever again as long as you keep letting them have that word.
Mm-hmm.
So sick of it.
All right, let's try and keep going. I think stopped trying to write down comments.
You've lost the will to live.
No, I can't formulate a question. I'm lost. Maybe he'll say something more intelligible I could figure out. But
if we're getting Gina Carano, it's going to get worse.
All right. Well,
yeah. But don't forget. If the pattern holds true, we will have the most insane stuff in the last 2 minutes.
Oh
God. Anyway,
this is all just warming up to that final.
How long we got left?
5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
Wisp, you think we can do it?
Let's get through this last 5 minutes. Wisp, mute yourself. Right, we can get through this last 5 minutes.
I will not be censored.
About her uses her story to further help grow his anti-wokeness platform. And here's proof that he didn't care about her before her controversy.
But for the life of me, I'll never understand why they cast Gina Carano. I mean, she's big and burly, and she obviously knows what she's doing when it comes to the fight scenes, but she's a fucking cage fighter, not an actor. Watching her trying to emote is almost as painful as watching Brie Larson trying to be funny.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
He thought she was a
not wrong.
implementation into Star Wars and that she was just there as part of Kathleen Kennedy's SJW agenda. This is the exact same mindset that all the rest of these reactionary fuckers...
Wait a second. He's critiquing Gina Carano for not being a good actor, and this guy's going, see, he's doing the same thing with all the other women. Which one is it? Is she advocating for his political agenda on his YouTube channel, which is anti-whatever? Or isn't
alt-right women bad, but do not say mean thing about women.
Did he mention Critical Drinker in that section there? Didn't mention politics whatsoever. He talked about acting.
Yeah,
now,
and he's right.
Gina's acting got better.
Yeah, and
maybe not.
I like her. Yeah, and I like her too. And I thought in the first episode she was in like, this is a bit crude, but I understand why they cast her. And I agree with you. She got better.
Let me rewind this.
Yeah.
You want to rewind it?
He is shooting himself in the foot. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm deeper in the whiskey glass now.
It's painful as Brie Larson trying to be funny.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
He thought she was a bad implementation into Star Wars and that she was just there as part of Kathleen Kennedy's SJW agenda. This is the exact same mindset that all the rest of these reactionary fuckers have. Yeah. They hated her until she wrote transphobic shit on Twitter, posted conspiracy.
She's not transphobic, you idiot.
Oh, great. Yep.
If you wanna, Tough Nation. If you wanna talk about trans shit, I'm open to that.
Really, you want to talk to this guy? This dumb guy?
Yeah, come discuss what you call transphobic with me.
I just like the fact that
if you have the balls.
he's gonna mention
Which he
all
probably
the
doesn't have
stuff.
anymore because it's in his
Yeah.
person.
This is like he's reaching while he's projecting what he's. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts.
Does that make sense to you, Smud? Though it's like he's saying
Gina okay. The critical drinker critiques Gina as a bad actor, whatever, until she said stupid shit on Twitter that he thinks happened. Now she's a useful icon or whatever to push his agenda of teaching anti-wokeness or anti-SJW-ness on his channel. I'm like, that is everything you said in that sentence was bizarre. Was off.
But here's the thing.
I remember watching that video.
We don't want anyone to be cancelled because then there's no freedom for your opinions. So I want everyone to have their opinions and stuff. It doesn't matter what you believe in. Say what you want to do because we can critique it. So even if say if I didn't agree with Gina and what she said, I don't want her to be cancelled because if you get cancelled, you're stopping discussion.
Yeah, and that means you cannot evolve opinions anymore or change opinions.
Yeah.
We want an exchange of ideas because we want to increase understanding of issues in every direction that includes towards ourselves. Because when I discuss things with people who have a different opinion than I have, I can learn something from them and they from me, and we can both evolve. That's the idea, and that doesn't mean that in the end we will have the same opinion. That one completely took over the other. That isn't how things work. But but someone who doesn't hold my opinion is maybe more likely to point out a logical flaw in my opinion, and I want to hear that because either that when I know about that flaw, I can either patch my opinion to I can make it better, or I can see that this destroys it at its fundamentals, and so it falls apart. So that opinion was stupid to hold, so I abandon it. What SJWs like Turf Nation do, however, is they reject the pointing out of the flaw, so that they can keep their flawed opinion. And they just want us to copy their flawed opinions. It's a completely different process.
All right. I think I finished formulating a sentence that makes some degree of sense.
Makes more sense than what Turf Nation says,
It's hard to... His jumps are just like, okay... Let's assume if this, then if this, and if this, and if that, therefore, it's like, oh my God. Okay.
I don't even think Critical Drinker's video on Gina Carano was just he was just talking about the hypocrisy, like why is Pedro Pascal allowed to say, misinformed crap on Twitter?
that was real misinformed crap.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is like, how dare Gina Carano compare Republicans to the Jews? Pedro Pascal compared illegal migrants to Jews, and then it turned out he wasn't actually talking about the illegal migrants in America. He was talking about the illegal migrants elsewhere because he wasn't bright enough to check where the photo was taken.
Yeah, but he was allowed to do that because it was pro the narrative of the social justice warriors.
Yeah, Trump bad with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Carano wasn't helpful towards the social justice narrative. He was critical of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want him canceled, right?
And it made them prove that, and them acting against her proved her point.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the video.
Sorry. Ultimately got fired for it, and now she's a saint. His video on Gina Carano is one of the worst videos I've seen in a long time. Again, I'm not trying to discredit his skills.
You haven't seen your own videos.
The problem with this video is that it's very obviously a political rant. However, it's not portrayed as one. Instead, it's spoken as a fairy tale, supposed to inspire people to follow in her footsteps. Just listen to the intro.
What? Gather round, dear viewer.
Do you know what
as I
words
tell
mean?
You a tale. It's the tale of a woman who stood tall in the face of jealousy, cowardice, hatred and vengeance, and dared to utter a single word. No. It's the story of the girl who wouldn't back down.
Now this intro is fine just by itself, because if he goes on to actually cover the topic just with a bit more of a storytelling approach, it would still be weird, but it would be alright. That's not what he does though. He doesn't...
What was that sentence? I know what you mean with transphobic. You mean when she put this pronouns boop bop beep in Star Wars droid speak here.
Yeah.
That's not transphobic. That's making fun of your bullshit fan fiction about what trans supposedly is, but isn't. You pseudoscience bullshitter. This
You just want to
is
bully
a critique
people
of
and
your
put dumb
bullshit.
shit in
This
their
is not
bios,
transphobic.
yeah.
You don't even know what trans is. Just like all the other people who take offense to this.
I hardly believe having boop bop beep in your profile name is transphobic or trans anything or phobic anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was, but that's what she was attacked for.
If you make noises or phonetics in words, that could mean
Because it
anything.
mocks the pronoun
it's a
bullshit.
sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it mocks the pronoun bullshit, when at the same time, there are people who make up bullshit pronouns similar to this.
You could interpret it as mocking. It's just, she's writing words that sound a certain way. Whoop-de-doo.
No, but here's the thing.
It is mocking.
She didn't have anything in her bio.
She was forced. They forced her to put pronouns in her bio because we can't tell that she's a woman.
Who forced her to do that? No one forced her to do that. Come on.
Yes, the studio forced her to do that.
The studio?
I'm not saying they were forcing. I'm saying the people on Twitter, these weirdos, they want to pressure her and spew this hate shit because she refuses to put pronouns. So when she finally decides to do it, she decides to put boop bop beep. Like,
yeah,
the point was that I can put whatever the hell I want on my bio because it's my bio.
Because everyone else is putting whatever they want on their bios, but because she put that up, they got angry at her.
Yeah,
but I could literally put up my Twitter profile when I had it. I could put up lion and tamer, and no one would have a problem with it because I'm allowed to believe what I want to believe. But because they had an agenda against Gina, whatever she put, they were going to have a go at her for. So if she did put she, her, or whatever, normal thing is, they'd still let her go at her for something.
That's the thing. So, you can be whatever you want to be, but if you're not like us, you're a problem. That's the irony of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this. Why can't I be the like Chad and him or something? Or why can't I be Attack Helicopter?
Yeah,
if that's what we're going to do,
you can be whatever you want, but it will have consequences.
We're having
that's
transracial
the message.
And I hope, not hope, but that would end racism, right? If transracial became a thing.
Racism will only be over once the white people are gone, and then it will change to racism will only be over when the Asian people are gone, and then it will be racism will only be over when the light-skinned black people are gone. And so on, and so on, and so on.
Anyway, this is...
Yeah, I know. We're getting carried away. This is...
Condemn her of transgender people, or her ignorant comments comparing people on Twitter who call out racist people for being racists with the Nazis. No, he agrees with her.
She even gave examples of other evil cults from other kingdoms who had once done similar things.
What the fuck?
But the young woman was different. And when the cultists tried to turn her into one of them, she didn't just refuse their offer, she openly mocked them.
Now this is just full-on calling transgender people and those who support trans rights a cult. And
yeah, you are. You are a cult. You believe in pseudoscience bullshit that has nothing to do with my medical condition. You fuckhead. You lying idiot who knows nothing about anything. You just gobble up propaganda that was invented on Tumblr by people with borderline personality disorder.
Yeah, this Tiff Nation is a fucking moron.
Your whole movement is moronic. It's a bunch of magically thinking morons that subject us to their dogma, and if we don't comply, they will eventually just kill us. Because that's what it always turns into.
Yeah, which is just fucking ridiculous.
It's just unfortunately there's a law against murder, but once that goes away,
yeah.
Oh yes.
No, but Eric's completely right about that. These people are literally like, this is one of the main reasons they don't like the police, because the police stop them doing their fucking whatever they want to do.
Yeah, that's what the whole defund campaigns are for, so that they can freely do whatever they want. And let's see, I wanted to say something else. Oh fuck.
Whispers lost for words. Jesus Christ.
No, it was the police. The police bullshit just confused me off.
But Turf Nation, yes, you are a cult, because every single action you do is cult-like. What you're doing right now is you're attacking someone because he's gone against your cult.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember. It's like when these assholes say, "Oh, of course there's free speech. You can say whatever you want, but don't think there will be no consequences, because if you say the wrong thing, we will put you to the guillotine."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would clap for you right now, but I'm holding my headphones. that was great.
I need more whiskey.
All right.
Saying that it's okay to mock them. Again, what the fuck? Then at one point he shows tweets from people rudely and distastefully responding to some of her tweets. And listen, I don't condone hateful behavior. However,
this is exactly what you're doing.
Responded to her, have a solid
hold
ground
on.
to stand on. And like we've talked about before, you must be ready to face the backlash for saying controversial shit on the internet.
See? See? Controversial, not even bad or wrong, just controversial. Controversial means we have different opinions and we might talk about it. Yep, controversial, when socialists say controversial, it means the exact same thing as reactionary. It means you're not agreeing with socialism. Controversial in the general sense, in the true sense, means we have a general opinion, a majority opinion, and then some douchebag comes along with some new idea, like the Earth is round or is turning around the sun. So that's because the established bullshit is flat. Is the Earth is flat and the sun turns around the Earth? Geocentrism, and then some douchebag comes along with an opinion, an idea that contradicts the status quo. That would be controversial. Mm-hmm. The thing is, socialists believe that all of society is majorly on their side. So controversial for them is everything that is not on their side. When in reality, they are an absolute minority. They are the controversial people. They have the controversial ideas. Mm-hmm. Because the majority is comparatively sane and is comparatively moderate, is not extreme, is not alt-right.
Well, I remember a famous quote by Ron Paul back when he was campaigning for president. I think it was his first time through. He says, "We don't have the freedom of speech to talk about the weather. We have the First Amendment, so we can say very controversial things." So there's nothing wrong with a free society where you're allowed to say what you love and hate freely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of it. And if you can't accept that, then that's your problem. And that's the beauty of it. You can call her a racist, homophobic, whatever, but you're not providing the necessary proof towards that.
Mm-hmm. The thing that always gets me, and I'm going to say this right now, all these people who do all this with like Turf Nation and that, just go to North Korea. That is the society you want. Live in that. Yeah. Just go there. Just live in that. But you won't, because you know it's going to be shit.
Yeah. Well, I love that Turf Nation completely ignores all this. I don't condone him, but
Well, I don't condone it, but you don't think
all
agree with it.
Yeah, you don't think all of these negative comments aren't toxic?
Gina Carano,
Wow.
I fucking hate you, racist bitch. It's like, so what's the debate here? Oh well, she said something controversial, but she's not said anything racist. Why is she a bitch? Well, because I can't read what that person's name is because the title of the video is above the tweet, but I don't actually care. And it's just a bit like,
It says Izzy BLM. That's funny.
is he big?
Whatever that means. I don't know.
Anyway,
I
let's
don't-
not worry
I-
about all
I
these
don't care.
replies. Not a big deal.
Yeah, they're all idiots.
These tweets don't make what she said okay. The truth of the matter is that you're not telling the truth in this video. Your video is dangerous because
Projection.
you happily skip over all her lies and all her mockery
Dangerous.
of social groups and label her as a hero. It's
Yeah.
not just that you're a conservative who agrees with her opinions. No, you're full on hiding the truth of what she did from your viewers and disguising it as an
What did
epic
she
tale
do?
of a true woman. Listen, I
You're
can
lying about
understand
her.
how some people feel like what happened to Gina Carano goes against freedom and liberty, but it's not true. Because
Carando.
liberty means freedom
You just
to
corrected it.
everyone, which means Disney has the freedom to fire someone, just like how Gina Carano
Ugh.
has the freedom to say whatever she wants to say. But having
Oh, suddenly the socialist says that it's a private company, it can do whatever it wants. But at the same time, you are the fucking people who demand that companies do your bidding.
Hold on. This is the same guy who earlier in this very video just said, "Why don't you just do nothing and just say nothing?" And stop moaning about stuff.
That's what I mean.
Everyone's got the freedom to say stuff, and even on his Discord, he's moaning that we say stuff. So he doesn't believe that everyone can say what they want
He's
to
a
say.
hypocrite.
He just believes it. Yeah, he's a fucking moron. He's a fucking pillock. He's a fucking spastic. He hasn't got a fucking clue about fucking anything. I've seen
That's
more
'cause he's a
brains
dumb
in
kid.
fucking McDonald's Happy Meal. To be honest with you, there's nothing here.
I've seen more brains than a zombie.
No, Eric. But yeah, it's just this is it's like I'm listening to a 15-year-old who
Everything he just brought up is projection and lies.
Why
It's
was
like I'm listening to a 15-year-old who's just watched their first ever political party broadcast and now thinks that they know everything about politics and everything about the world. I'm like, mate,
and how
shut
people
up.
work? Yeah.
Yeah.
And how
like,
come
shut
you
the fuck
are? How
up.
come you are now? You are now because before he said this is the insane part because so Gina Carano's alt-right and evil and needs to be punished, and it's okay to punish her, but Drinker criticizing her acting is misogynistic because she's a woman. She shouldn't be criticized.
Yeah, but now
He's again attacking. And now he's again attacking Gina Carano that she deserves to be punished, and it's
I
fine
guess
to
he's
punish
making
her
the
and destroy her
argument that
life
men will always see women as objects.
because of completely innocuous things. Nothing that she said was wrong, and mocking pronouns in bios is not transphobic. Rather, people who put their pronouns in their bios are likely not trans because trans people don't want to be trans and don't want you to know that they are trans. Narcissistic, histrionic Münchhausen people are. They want you to know that.
How many times you see some of the pronouns in their bio, and it's literally a bloke with he, him, or a woman with she, her. It's like, yeah, we know what you are.
Or they, her. It's like, what? She,
Yeah,
them,
they, her.
Yeah, if you don't even know how many people you are, you belong into a clinic.
All right, guys. Let's keep going here.
Sorry, it's just pisses me off.
Okay, we have 3 minutes. Phew.
We're almost there, Spud.
Well, we are on the super insanity part.
Well,
technically,
honestly, I don't think the drop in intelligence can be understood. It's been pretty consistent, actually, throughout.
You think? Really?
it's so low.
We don't know.
I
There
don't
could still be the bomb.
I don't know the hills and valleys of this man. It's all been just ground zero. I'm just like, where's it start?
The hills and valleys. You mean the valleys and canyons of this guy's intelligence?
He's just regurgitating random SJW talking points with no substance.
Parts
that he thinks are, and some parts he thinks are substance, but are actually not. You need this distorted pseudo reality of the social justice belief to see things as evidence that aren't.
I don't know how he's proud of this video.
I honestly,
I'm going to stand by this.
But I honestly believe that, like what Eric says, this is just a little kid who has watched one political broadcast and now thinks he knows everything about politics, and he's gone, I don't like Critical Drinker, and is now just spewing random crap, and he hasn't got a clue about anything that he's talking about. I don't. If you asked him,
anyway,
what
if he's really just 15,
then they were a good band in the 70s.
If he's really just 15, then that implies that he's using a voice changer to talk like this, because a 15-year-old certainly couldn't.
Anyway, guys, let's just get
back to the video.
Just finish this off.
Yes.
Freedom doesn't mean there are no consequences to what you say, and the consequence for Gina Carano was that people didn't like that she was criticizing the liberty of distinct groups of people. Disney is a private
What liberty? What liberty of whom did she criticize?
The liberty she criticized the fact that Nazis took away Jews and liberty.
The liberty of you fucking socialists destroying random people's lives whom you think are shit? Whom you think are subhuman?
This guy is defending the Nazis' treatments of Jews. Let's just remember this.
Yeah.
Because so
by extension, yes.
Yeah,
it's okay for Pedro Pascal, yeah.
Yeah, well,
and if you do anything,
Gunn, he's allowed to make pedo jokes, and that's okay if we fire him, but then we'll hire him back because he still makes us a lot of money. And he's still on our side. He's on our political side.
Yeah, right. And mocking behaviors like this pronoun bullshit. If you can't stand even that, like that is holy. That is infallible shit. Dude, you can mock anything anyone does.
Let's try some adjectives. Oh my god. The sacred adjectives.
Think of the children.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
The comma splice shall be maintained. Okay, thanks. Anyway.
Company, and they have full right to let go of someone who violates their contract or doesn't fit in with their views.
What contract was?
The free market and
don't fit in with their views?
The free market?
Dude, a conservative free market? What did he say?
Listen. Because suddenly it's these socialists, these authoritarians who in the end always want to control every company by state means, which is fascism, by the way. These people always talk about, companies are free to do whatever they want when it's about firing people that they disagree with. And the other part, which is completely hypocritical, the other part is, you know what we learned after the Second World War with all the Nazi shit and the Nuremberg trials? Well, we wrote into our interim constitution that no one shall be discriminated based upon their superficial traits, race, sex, blah, 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 as well as group affiliation towards a religion, a union, or any other sort of opinion. People shall not be discriminated for the opinions they hold. That is the idea of free speech. You can dislike people for their ideas, but you can discuss them with them. You can try to convince them. You can try to explain them what's wrong. But you socialist ass twats can't do that. You're not intelligent enough to hold a discussion about anything. All you can do is demand that people do exactly as you say, because you are narcissistic despots and tyrants. You are too dumb to hold a debate.
The only way a socialist wins a debate is by silencing the opposition.
Only with force. That's the only language these people understand and that they can wield.
The minute there's an opposing view to socialism, socialism loses all the time. So the only way socialism wins,
if you put any aspect of socialism under scrutiny, it falls apart.
Yeah.
And if you think that is not the case and there are exceptions, please bring them up. We can discuss them. And I'm pretty sure it will turn out that those things that do not fall apart are not actual parts of socialism, but rather things that socialism appropriated and says, "Oh, you made that? No, I made that. I made that." You know, like that meme comic.
Yeah.
They just claim they made up.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here's Zero for the Zero for the super chat. This sounds like another leftist grifter. I'm not sure what this guy is. He does not have enough subs to actually make money yet, as far as I can tell from YouTube. But maybe he is. He definitely has a.
You said he grew, right?
Oh yeah, he grew. He definitely has a Patreon and all this other crap. But you know, it's fine. Actually, does he have a Patreon? I don't even think he does. No, I don't think so. Anyway,
not yet.
He's probably getting there. Anyway, he has no passion like Vosh, just saying it, hoping the algorithm picks him up. God.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
Look at his tags. He's desperate for the algorithm to pick him up.
Yeah, Gina Carano, gone wrong, gone sexual, toxic, reactionary,
debunking alt-rights,
Turf Nation,
Geeks and Gamers.
Geeks and Gamers in a video about critical drinker. Okay.
I'm surprised he hasn't put like Count Dankula or like Sargon and all that sort of people in it as well. Just the whole crew.
Count Dankula, Kavanaugh, Maggie Mayfish.
Yeah,
Smud Boy.
Anyway, let's keep going. Crazy. Here's one donation from Tyler Preston. We keep on with the video. Back when the Covington kids were on the news for stupid reasons, one employee of Disney put out a tweet that was calling for these kids to be fed through a wood chipper, and he's still working for Disney. Disney is run by hypocrites.
Yeah, and he posted a picture of a wood chipper with with blood streams coming out the other end.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Thanks. On the other hand, we had to listen to psychopaths like what was his name? David Hogg.
The Pillow Boy.
Oh. That fucking.
Who I can imagine might have been one of the bullies that drove the kid to shoot up the school.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the girls, you know. Yeah, kid, you know, like Jesus.
Anyway,
what a psycho.
Let's go.
Until they actually see it in action. However, this is a complex topic and not everyone fully understands it, especially if they've been lied to by content creators they look up to. So I understand this concern that Gina Carano is being silenced because being silenced is scary as fuck. No one wants that to happen, and that's not what's happening to Carano. But to call her a hero for proudly saying transphobic shit, spreading dangerous misinformation in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and being ignorant to the Holocaust. That's
the pandemic blowing out your ass.
You fucking lying asshole. In Germany, you would be the one under scrutiny of Holocaust relativization and Holocaust denial laws. You, not Gina Carano. Gina Carano would be the one lauded, is that the right word, for warning against beware the beginnings. Because that is something we learned from Nuremberg. Beware the beginnings. Sadly, most people don't even know what the beginnings are because it's not on the curriculum in school for some reason. Because the beginnings look exactly the same like any socialist tyranny that wants communism.
I imagine if it was, it would be controversial, so they have to take that off, right?
Yeah. The problem is all the atrocities that mankind committed in the 20th century. Socialism goes, hey, we resemble that. Let's not talk about it now.
Yeah, it's about 99% of it or 90% of it. It's all socialism.
Yeah.
Red,
Yeah,
brown,
right, yeah.
whatever other color you wanna paint it.
Pretty soon you won't even have to learn about history. You know.
Yeah, and just delete it. Because that's the point of
Yeah.
socialism. Just like Islam. Islam wants to destroy
Time
all history that existed before Islam became a thing. To then claim that Islam existed since the beginning of time and there was nothing else.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well, their years it starts at 0, doesn't it, when Islam starts?
I don't know how they do the calendar.
Back in the
they
caveman
haven't-
days, the first crusade.
632. I mean, that's year 0 for them. So they're only in like the
69.
1300s.
All right. Well,
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, the thing I'm adamant about is the ignoramus about the Holocaust here is you, Turf Nation. You don't know jack shit. You don't know
Also,
jack shit about persecution of people because you are the one excusing it, creating apologia for it.
To honestly, Wisp, I don't think he knows a lot about anything.
Yeah, because these things are universal. Socialism is not exempt from doing them. Your social justice shit is a racist idea from the get-go.
Yeah, but the thing is, Wisp,
you describe the
I don't
value of
think
people.
Wisp, I think he's an idiot. I think he's just an idiot.
Nobody has ever told him.
Well, we're telling him now. He's not going to listen.
Well,
to
his
us, but it's fine.
parents
Idiots
doesn't
don't
want.
listen.
His parents don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but that's it. Anyway, let's finish off this video.
We're officially past the 2 minute
he
mark.
wants to. Yeah,
So this is
he wants to
going
finish the video.
to take some time.
I just can't understand. Gina Carano didn't sacrifice her career to speak up against some authoritarian regime. Almost
Yes,
the
she
very
did.
next day after her firing, she was invited onto Ben Shapiro.
No, she did speak out an authoritarian regime. The authoritarian regime of Kathleen Kennedy, the fucking narcissist in chief. The jealous, spiteful, vengeful narcissist in chief at Disney.
I love this. I love this statement on the screen. She seems nice enough, but just very ignorant to important issues. Yeah, the ones that you care about, that you seem to be very biased about.
Yeah, and
So she should
be punished. Her career should be destroyed because she's ignorant, according to you. So the lives of people who are merely ignorant shall be destroyed.
Yeah, but he's ignorant to these things. He's not even.
Do you even
these issues are really important to him? He doesn't even know that much about. So they're not that important to him, really.
Well, if he knew about it, then
this tells me that these people
an opinion about himself.
Yeah, this tells me what these people that talk about social justice do not understand justice in the least, because there is no what do you call it? Measure, balance, thing.
Set of rules.
No. So, for example, you commit a crime,
consequence,
and the punishment is supposed to be to be measured towards that.
Yeah.
Or when there's violence being done to you, that you don't go overboard in retaliation, but that you just do enough to that you just do enough in order to defend yourself and end the violence done to you.
The sentence fits the crime, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but there's a word for it. There's a legal term for it. That I just can't come up with right now. But these socialists do not understand that, because this is if he really believes that she just said these things out of ignorance, not because she's a horrible person, because he admits that he thinks she's not a horrible person, then why should her life be destroyed? Why is everything that's being done to her justified? You are complete proportionality.
They want to bullshit people. They want to make it seem like
proportionality is the word.
To punish good people.
This is not proportionate. This is not a proportionate measure.
Yeah, but to socialists, the only punishment fitting of anyone who goes against them is death. And that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
they want to normalize that.
Yeah, but that's it. That is the only punishment that they think people deserve. There is no going to prison. There is no, serving time or anything. It's death. It's just death so they get rid of you.
Yeah,
But
and
anyway,
I agree with Moronite in the chat. They don't care about justice. What they want is revenge, because this is socialism is in my book an emotionally immature ideology. It every time you criticize it, it has a narcissistic tantrum and has a narcissistic injury. So it will always lash out against you, no matter how small the slight is, no matter how justified the critique is. It will lash out and destroy you for daring to point out that the emperor wears no clothes. End of line.
Okay. Let's go.
Piro's show, and her fandom has grown exponentially because alt-right fuckers and reactionaries on the internet are very prominent. Do you honestly believe she'd still be thriving like this if she'd been a Jew?
The alt-right is a pathetic group of 20 idiots.
Yeah, but he's making the argument that she's okay because the alt-right have caused her to be super popular, which is bizarre, because you're saying first she's lost her career or whatever, or job.
It's all the magical phantom Nazis.
And now these evil, horrible people are helping her out. And you're like, wait, is that a good thing or is that a bad? Like, what are you talking about now?
He's also about to mention that if she was actually a Jew in Nazi Germany, she wouldn't get this sort of treatment. And I'm just a bit like, proving the point of what they did.
Yep.
This guy's an idiot. Let's just keep going. We are actually starting to go over the same points repeatedly because he's going over the same stuff.
This guy thinks that the masses of people are dumb and have to be swayed by extreme brainwashing and ideology.
Yeah.
He does not consider that the majority of people are able to judge things on their own. They think that everyone is as dumb as them and as susceptible as them, which is why they do not allow any opposing views because they or engage with them because they fear that they could get brainwashed out of socialism, out of their brainwashing. That they don't think they're brainwashed. They think they would be brainwashed if they would engage with arguments outside of their sphere of comfort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. We have a minute and a little bit.
Holocaust and spoken up against the Nazis? No, of course not. It's not the same. And if you can't see that, then I guess I was just too naive to think that maybe you were just a misguided film reviewer on YouTube. I was wrong. You're a full-on reactionary. It really sucks that these guys...
So, reactionaries can't see what they see, which is the truth? What?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This guy's a fucking moron. Nothing that he says makes sense.
I don't think even he knows what reactionary means. I don't think he could define the word.
I'm surprised he knows what fucking words are. This guy just...
He just uses it as a generic insult.
Yeah, it's just
he's turning into the gibbering lunatic in 12 monkeys in a fucking straitjacket. It's
I think one of the jokes is that even if you would define reactionary in a very innocuous way of just emotionally reacting to things, if you would use that definition, you describe all of social justice, because that's all they do. Yeah. They only have emotional reactions to whatever they see.
Yeah, it's just something. Let's just finish this off because
I'm brain dead at this point.
Yeah, he's just gibbering on about shit now. You need less whiskey. You just need less whiskey.
No, I just need to bang my head on the counter.
Yeah.
No, just whiskey.
Let's go.
Tons of people dominate film on YouTube with their politically biased clickbait videos that get people riled up. But
you mean like this one?
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, communism, great, okay.
You're so uncreative, you can't even make up shit, you just project all the time. Because that's a sign of a lack of intelligence.
This guy.
Yeah, because he can't even make up anything that is outside of projection.
Yeah.
He can only reflect the things he himself does and thinks, while ignoring that about himself and projecting that on everyone else as that's the bad things everyone else does, but not me.
Yep.
All right.
Never provide intelligent insight. The Critical Drinker is just one of many anti-SJW reactionaries on the platform who actually indulge in actions that they themselves would deem to be SJW. I'm not against them.
Wait.
Examples, please.
So he's anti-SJW, but he indulges in SJW behavior?
Yeah, and what is that? Please explain.
He's saying that all of Critical Drinker's behaviour is just exactly what SJWs do. So all SJWs are misogynistic, racist, and
I think he's trying to make the weird distinct, like, oh, he's a closeted homosexual, right? Because
What?
I mean, like, he's a sorry. Let me rephrase that. He's a closeted SJW, right? I mean.
Yeah, I can see how you got homosexual and SJW mixed up, Eric. I was, yeah.
Maybe he means that Drinker wants to shut people down or something.
But what I'm saying is like all the bad stuff that Critical Drinker's doing is just what all the SJWs do. Wait, so hold on, so like I'm saying, so you've called Critical Drinker misogynistic, racist, ignorant, wrong, just wants to cancel people.
No, he did it too, huh?
Him doing that is him just acting exactly like an SJW is, or like you, Turf Nation. So you're misogynistic, racist.
He's so stupid. He thinks everyone's an SJW. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, but he's now saying, look at all this degenerate behaviour. God, of course he's an SJW. Only SJWs do that. I'm like,
what? Wait,
he's probably unaware of it, but yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about? I can't. He's
just yes, Smud. Yes.
Yeah, that's literally what he said. He said Critical Drinker is anti-SJW, but he's acting like an SJW.
Yeah.
I'm like, so all his behaviour is what SJWs do? So you've just insulted yourself.
He said
You've called him all these names under the sun for his actions, and now you're saying, yeah, it's just what SJWs do.
Like I said, I don't know how he's proud to put this up because he did edit this.
He doesn't understand. I don't think he notices any of this.
Maybe he has like ESL or something. He doesn't understand words.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So the last 2 minutes are really always the most interesting. It's just a blue screen moment.
I'm just loving the fact that he's just called himself a racist and a misogynist. Just in the last minute of his video.
Yeah,
this was worth it. Come on, this was worth it.
Just
the hell.
Okay.
Yeah, he admitted SJWs do all these things. It's great.
Do all these horrible things. It's like, okay, fine.
Like, let me revise that. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
It's like you played yourself. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's correct. Chat. Wonder's face is very fitting here. What? Oh shit! Oh god! I also don't understand why she has this stupid headpiece. But...
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just finish off because this guy's an idiot. Oh dear.
All right, let's go.
voicing concerns about how Hollywood can force certain things or be overly politically correct without the right intentions. Like we've said before, that in itself is annoying when it has no substance and is clearly just a money grab. These assholes see it as a vehicle or an excuse to vent their far right-leaning perspectives in thinly veiled bigoted
Ew,
rants.
what is
The
that?
geeky part of YouTube is sadly littered with these types of people, but maybe, just maybe, we can help people learn how to see through these facades. My name is Turf Nation.
What facade? What
No,
are you talking?
It's all bullshit.
He's saying he's this right wing alt whatever. You're like, okay, what does he believe in? What is his problem that you don't like? What do you dislike aside from he disagrees with your tastes in movies or something?
Glory to Astotska.
His point is that he has the answers. He sees the truth.
What
And
answer?
His name is Turf. No, yeah, his name is Turf Nation.
What the hell? What was his like? What did he assess? All he projected the entire
Social
video.
justice good. Glory to Astotska.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 pages of just questioning everything he said. Like when did this happen? How do you get that? Where did this come from? When did he say that? Like please provide an like I don't know where he's going. What did the critical drinker do or say that is wrong and dangerous and whatever?
He doesn't like social justice propaganda.
Yeah, but
It's not about writing quality. It's only about you don't like the ham-fisted propaganda that makes you a bad person.
yeah, but we knew that just by watching his video. We say, okay, yeah, he doesn't like this character because she's Mary Sue or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, we got it.
Yeah, but for the social justice warrior, there are no Mary Sues. There are only strong, independent women.
He's just revealing movies. It's like what damage is he really doing? Like,
It would be really easy when you see someone make a mistake, like 2 + 2 is 5, and you go, okay, this is the problem with that statement, and you explain it. And the person making the statement thinks they're right, so they don't have any knowledge of that. They just think what they thought was right, and they just keep on going and doing the next question or talking about the next thing. That's fine. And you would say, okay, this person just got a mistake. They got the other questions right or whatever. With this, I don't even know what the hell he was talking about to zero in on.
Yeah.
What?
And it's just, most of it is just slander. I agree with Larry in the chat that he didn't say a single alt-right point Drinker ever brought up.
no, I don't.
He
think
just
so.
calls him. He just calls him that based
Yeah,
on nothing.
He criticized Gina Carano, and he's like, well, he criticized them at first, but after she was,
And he just called her alt-right,
I-
which
yeah.
is an equivalent term to Nazi. It's just veiled. But he never explains what makes them that. Does mocking stupid pronoun bullshit make you a Nazi?
Yes. We've lost the definition of what Nazi means now.
what is
Nazi
his,
is someone who says something I don't like.
Yeah.
well, according to the title, the problem with reactionaries, what was his problem? Like, what did he do wrong?
They exist.
Well, that's a good point.
didn't
yeah,
agree.
reactionaries. Like,
He didn't
what
agree. He didn't
reactionaries?
like the thing, and that's the problem. He should have called it not the problem with reactionaries on YouTube, but reactionaries should be gassed.
Mhm.
That would be more honest.
Well, I still want to know why critical drinker is toxic. So he didn't quite ever
Alcohol?
touch upon. Well, that's.
Should we finish
Must be the
video?
alcohol. I don't see any other thing.
I think we're done. Actually, I think he's ready to.
Yeah.
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 Well, let me
it's
see.
just-
hold
it's
on.
And that was all I had for today. As always, if you believe that I've made a mistake somewhere or
Oh my
wrongly
god,
judged
Minecraft again? You gotta be
Favorite-
joking.
Let me just hear that one more time.
facades.
Mine-
My name is
Minecraft
Turf
is
Nation,
gay
and
anyway,
that was all
so-
I had for today. As always, if you believe that I've made a mistake somewhere or wrongly judged your favorite YouTuber, then be sure to tell me down in the comments.
Oh boy, do I have a comment for him.
Call me what you want.
Ah,
Please
it doesn't
don't be
matter,
toxic
because
towards
Eric's
each other.
actually
If you have a
put some
suggestion for
comments
someone I
in the
should talk
stream
about
memes,
next, then also
and
do
his
leave them
his
down below.
responses
Other than
are
that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe
retarded,
and
to
peace
say
out.
the
I call
least.
you a genocide enabler.
Thanks,
What a
Chris. That really
shit.
helps.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Which was like, you are the next coming of hell. Like, thanks.
just
It's with people like this that you build a totalitarian hellhole.
All right.
Because he is God. Ebnet den Weg. How do you say that in English?
I can't help you.
I can barely
He
speak
planes
English,
the way. He paves the way. He paves the way for the really bad people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. let's get on with the stream memes. There seems to be a lot of comments from him, but let's see. Falcon checking brand new
I tried to only
tech.
put 3. Sorry.
This is some complex engineering. Okay.
This is from that stupid Michael Bay movie.
Oh, it's just so many comments again. So much reading.
God. You know whoever posts those comments in the stream memes, I just can't stand that guy.
Yeah, those are not memes. That's just stupid shit.
Well,
Eric,
because I thought it was interesting because somebody asked him what's a he tries to define what's a reactionary.
all right. So his definition is reactionary is an actual political ideology. Really?
It's
Okay.
not.
Mainly against progression. They like
Progression
the,
towards what? Towards what?
they like the status quo. So when people are trying to make lives better for minorities, they don't like it.
This is bullshit. This is just random bullshit he just pulled out of his ass.
That's a sentence that doesn't even make sense. He jumps all over.
This
You tell
guy
me
has
that's not a
brain
meme?
damage.
Tell me that's not a meme. No, it's not a meme, Eric. It's
So-
just him being a moron.
So the above definition was a buzzword BreadTube uses to try to deflect criticism. I think that's pretty accurate. Here's another one. Reactionary means not caving to the leftist pressure and leftist jargon.
That is more correct. Yes.
Look at the actual definition.
Yeah, of or pertaining
That
to
is
political
principle.
reaction, tending to revert from a more to a less advanced policy on model of French reactionnaire from reaction, see reaction in Marxist use by 1858. Yeah.
As tending towards reversing existing tendencies opposed to revolutionary and use. How have you pronounced that word?
Opprobriously.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, in reference to opponents of communism,
Right.
non-political use of or pertaining to a chemical. A person considered reactionary, especially in politics, one who seeks to check or undo political actions by 1855. Yeah, and he goes, you've literally just explained that being a reactionary means you follow less advanced policies and don't like progress. No.
No. Marxism is not progress. Marxist was a racist, homophobic retard.
So, guys, if you are a reactionary, you don't like any form of legislature or voting or
Based on Marxism.
like anything.
It's a Marxism. It's literally reactionary is a term used by Marxists.
It's what I keep telling you. It's not a neutral term.
All right.
It's not a neutral term.
Else see the
It's
irony?
explicitly linked to socialism, Marxism.
Anyone else see the irony of a reactionary video where the entire premise is that being reactionary is bad? Please look up what being reactionary means. It's like,
Yeah, Turf Nation, you haven't done that.
Yeah, this is what's funny. He's like, please leave in the comments so we can have a discussion. This is the best reply that he can come up with.
here is comics have always been political, so I could read Frank Miller. And then Frank Miller was removed from Thought Bubble Comic Convention guest list after being accused of propagating abhorrent anti-Muslim hate.
Yeah, that was brought up by an Islamist woman who did not even attend and whines about her crap not being sold because it's crap.
Here we go. Calling idiots out on YouTube is so addicting, but it will most likely come back to bite me in the ass later down the road. Lamau. Till then, it'll be chaos.
It doesn't really make sense. I don't think this guy knows how to write anything.
When you make a video, like it gets down, like I've had a video that was downvoted or ratioed or whatever, and you'll get bombed by people who disagree with you. That's just normal. So eventually it slows down and goes away, but you'll still get them once in a while. That's normal. You have to get used to it. And this guy has not got. This guy's been doing this for how many years?
A year or two.
And he has a lot of downloaded videos.
Uh-huh.
So what you're saying...
Because he's always like, well, it's negative. You can't be negative. And then he was talking to you. He was talking about you in the Discord. And it's just interesting to see him tweet something like this.
So that you're saying is pasty cave dwellers beat you and stole your shit. Black Hebrew Israelites. That's right.
That's right.
You're under arrest, Chancellor. It's reactionary then. What?
What me attack?
How about that commie spin attack?
Yeah.
What? That happened in that movie. What the?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That happened.
Why?
Because
you can
it's
do that
awesome.
in Battlefront too.
But he literally did that spin and then landed straight in front of people. Like he could have just walked forward.
There was no reason to
No.
do that.
No, there's stuff in front of him. He has to jump over it.
It was so strange to see. They just stood there like statues while he decapitated them all.
Yeah,
Look,
it was
look,
so. It
you
was
don't
so,
understand
it was
his
so
vision.
impressive. They went,
Yeah, he's trying to intimidate them.
It's a dizzying
so-
intellect.
they're just so impressed.
This is
They
so
went, "Might as
strange
well just
about that
die."
movie. You have
He's just
there's
plain-
some really amazing choreography in the movie, like the stuff on Mustafa, and then you have this stuff, like where everyone's
it's-
confused about what's going on. What should I do? Jedi Masters.
Yeah, it's like watching Guardians of the Galaxy when the dance off. It's like, what do you?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, what are you?
Yeah,
doing?
but
What are you doing?
But the dance off is stupid. He's using his Sith powers to confuse.
Jedi
Yeah.
Masters. These are Jedi Masters.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
stand there with their lightsabers and don't know what to do. Like, fucking
the dark
block him
side is
in
clouding
midair.
them.
Block him in midair, destroy his balance, and then just slice him in half. You're three
But the
people.
thing is, he lands
Mhm.
in a way that means he can't defend himself. Just swing at him. Do
Yeah,
anything.
and he's leaning forward, his head exposed. You just need to make swish and his head falls off.
Yeah.
Like even the guy on the left, he could just strike down. He's in perfect seppuku pose.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What a weird scene.
From the Monty Python sketch. Right, chaps, remember, we are the anti-fascist party now. That's anti-fascist. Oh, boy. What are you? A political statement. Oh. Isn't everything? MCU and lefties. What the hell?
I don't get this one.
It's the old lady on the bus, but instead of the old lady, it's
John Walker.
It's John Walker.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke. Sorry.
What happened? They hate me. Why? I killed the guy because they killed my best friend. That's good, son. I did the same for my dog. I got your back. Thanks, Dad.
What?
Oh.
Okay.
John Wick has your back? Oh, my God.
Yeah. When John Wick has your back, you're like, I got nothing to worry about.
Forget about laws. just count your bullets. Make the Lego Smud Gang and Lit Dev now get into the spaceship. And yes, the fish is tuna. The Harry Potter bird is Hawk. And the Batman is Mike Testa.
Oh,
Wow, nice.
he's made Legos of us. Oh, I can't believe he used the Harry Potter bird as me. That's just like that's just...
Yeah, I like the Wisp and LD. That's really cool.
Oh look, he's done a.
That looks like I have squirrel
turtle.
teeth.
Well, the weird crab. Sorry.
Well, it looks with the hair. It reminds me of Neil Gaiman.
Well, that's what's his name?
Wait.
I think it's the light. Yeah.
It could be Dream from Sandman.
That
Wait,
is
which
what's his name?
Which one's Smud then?
I think I'm on the
The
left.
one in the back.
No, because the helmet. I used to have the helmet in when I was playing. What was that game?
Oh, Among Us.
Yeah, I used the helmet a lot, so maybe that
Yeah.
Among Us.
could be that. I don't know.
Yeah, this
That's
is
cool.
cool.
Oh, someone's getting shot. That's cool.
Zach is probably is that the one with the
Turtle.
turtle? I can't remember. It could have been.
Yeah, because he called it a weird crab, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So he.
All right.
No, this is really good. I also like the fact, but I have to be carried everywhere.
And here we have. What the hell is going on here? I'm not sure.
Some drone.
I don't know what's happened. Let me read this again.
Yeah.
The fish
He
is
made
tuna.
the Lego Smug.
Harry Potter bird is Hawk, and the Batman is Mike Testa.
Oh, and the one that looks like with the white hair, that's Mark in 3D because he's got that. He has that picture of George Washington with the sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure what's going on. Someone's getting lit on fire or something. I don't know.
And
I'm looking forward to the animated episodes.
Oh boy.
Oh, that'd be great. Stop motion.
Is he the mechanist on YouTube who sends us stuff?
I don't.
Because his avatar.
Yeah, he looks like that, right?
Could be.
Yeah, because that might be him who's shooting the flame things at the robot, and then he's getting onto the ship.
Oh, I thought it was Doomcock.
All right. Well, I don't think we ever had Doomcock on, so.
No,
anyway.
to my knowledge, no.
All right, cool. Cool stuff.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. Yeah, I like it.
What, will you stop? Will you stop talking about the hobo? No, that's the opposite. Wisp wouldn't say that. Wisp would say, "Hey guys, let's start talking about hobos."
No, I did point out that you escalated it.
Me, you started it. We did not start
you
it.
You escalated it. Yeah, I did.
In Poland? What? What's that?
You fell for the bait.
It's the from Faulty Towers. He goes, "Will you stop talking?" The episode's called "The Germans." It's like, will you stop talking about the war? Me, you started it. We did not start it. He goes, "Yes, you did. You invaded Poland," and it's just. Have you never seen that episode?
Oh yeah, I love Faulty Towers.
Oh, the episode is censored now in Germany because it's offensive against Germans.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad it is. I'm glad it's offensive towards.
Oh, even in the UK, I think it's. But yeah, they're completely going overboard. Everything is racist now. You are not allowed to criticize anyone for anything.
I've still got. I got it on DVD and VHS, so it's fine. I can watch the anti-German stuff.
Here's Mike Testa, critical drinker brainwashing children, or whatever the freaking hell his videos are doing, apparently. But it's okay. The indoctrination of children is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
that
logic.
was funny that he said that earlier because what kids are watching Critical Drinker?
Yeah, it's only good when our party does it, not the other party.
It's like they're not even doing it. That's what's funny about it. Like I don't know what kids are watching.
All right,
they're watching Logan and Jake Paul.
Newton's third law. Alrighty, rocket engine thrust, exhaust flow pushed backwards. All right, engine pushed forward. For every action, there's an equal and opposite alt-right agenda-driven reaction.
Agenda-driven.
Yeah, that's how physics works. Yeah, political. Everything's political, even physics.
Chemistry is the study of agenda-driven reaction.
You complain about Marvel inserting social issues, and yet you talk about social issues. By those complaints, that is not by anything else you do.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what other videos he makes because I don't watch them, but I imagine it's the same crap.
I mean, he asked the question if Iron Man 3 is good or bad. I don't know.
Could you play that song that goes bee boo boo bop boo boo beep? No man, you're thinking of bee boo boo bop boo boo bop. I think that was actually a sketch in Married with Children. He goes to the record store, and there's this lineup for this guy who just knows songs. And there's all these guys who can't remember the name of the song, and they all just give her a little hum. And he just goes, "Yep, that's it. That's this." And he goes to Al, and
nice.
He goes, him. And the guy's like, "Nope, don't know what you're talking
about." I do have to laugh because I actually remember that episode. This actual episode of SpongeBob. It's actually a very weird one.
Oh yeah, okay.
They think
the robots are taking over.
Yeah, they think robots are taking over, and there's a song that it literally just goes beep boop bop, boop 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 bop, and he's singing along to it, and I think he's a robot.
Well, he also
Weird.
had red eyes and like
Yeah.
soul. I don't know. I can't forget.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right.
Mm.
What's happening here?
Oh, it's
Turf
China.
Nation
That is
approved.
Maoist public
Yeah,
shaming.
China.
Oh my god.
With Gina Carano. Hooray!
Mic test again. Turf Nation topic: hobos and Asura's wrath. The mic contestant. No,
This is
Mike,
awesome. I love this.
we are not in your car. I am very sorry to say, sir. We are
The
not
mic
following
test
you.
the mobile.
So these heads also look great on the fast moving car. Like, this is great.
Yeah,
I,
more of that. That'd be great.
I keep thinking this is animated, and we're listening to Eurotrans or something.
Trans.
Yes.
After Disney fired her, she got a deal with a small online media company, so it's not like she sacrificed her career or anything. By all means, continue. Yeah, I know.
Yes, what the fuck?
What a bizarre argument. And she was propped up by the alt-right. You're like,
Oh, her life wasn't completely destroyed because someone took pity on her. So she's what we did wasn't actually what we did to her.
yeah, I was like, okay.
It didn't work.
It's like saying, well, I beat the shit out of a guy, but the doctor patched him up, so he's fine. You're like, that's not the
Yeah,
problem.
but did he die?
Did he die, though?
Yeah, did he die though?
Oh, what?
Superman
the
didn't
horrible,
die, okay?
The horrible physical and psychological damage we did to
Oh.
you is not so bad because it can be treated.
Yeah, you had a therapist. It's okay. You're like, well,
Yeah, okay, we destroyed
And
your.
I got that. I got
destroyed
told that.
your career, destroyed your
These peop-
life, destroyed your
People
mental
like
health.
that.
But did you die though? Mm.
Yeah. And these people really think like that. They really think like that. In abuse situations, they will even tell you that word for word.
so here's reactionary. I take that as a
Insane.
compliment. I don't think I see it as a compliment. I see it as just they don't know what they're talking about. And they're calling
Yeah.
you names that have no meaning. And you're like, what do I do with that?
It's just like, thank you.
Yeah. And you know that also when you call me a reactionary, you can't also call me a Nazi at the same time. Or alt-right or some
Yeah.
bullshit like that. Because those things are also rooted in Marxism. Try as you might.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh boy. I wonder if you're allowed to make that avatar. in the game.
Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah.
Probably not.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I love how the
I think I
armband
know
is
it.
just black and white. It's just
Yeah, it's just.
Well, just
So
in
it
case you
needs
didn't
to
know.
be.
yeah, it's great. English speakers thinly veiled schnitzel.
No, Whiskers thinly veiled.
Oh, sorry. That looks pretty good, actually.
I've heard people call it veal.
Veal, yeah, veal. That looks so nice. Glory to Artstokska.
Artsotska.
That means
Glory to Artsotska.
that means you're detained.
Yeah.
All right.
That's great.
Haven't you played Papers, Please?
Love the hat.
Not lately, but oh
I
boy.
might have
Play
to
Papers,
since
please.
Turf Nation.
Hawk reference. Does Mr. Krabs look anything like that? Well, play that video, guys. You want to check it out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. We just cannot play these videos because we might be.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, copywriter just comes up and just goes, "You played 5 seconds of Mr. Krabs looking like a robot. Anyway, give us all your money." It's like,
Yeah. Here is Alex Halo for half an hour ago. He just admitted SJWs do all those things. I know. It's amazing.
Yeah. It was glorious.
It
It
was-
was, like,
I was dumbfounded. Like, what does that mean? I have so many questions. The Mechanist $1.11, thank you. Yes, I'm Kaios. Also, the robots are Mr. Gustis, Assaultrons, and Protectorons.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Yeah. Mr. The robots from Fallout.
Yes. My personal fig is Covering Wisp and Hawk. My personal fig.
Yeah. Personal figurine.
Oh. I gotcha.
So, what was
that
it? The
Newton
one
fig?
that is... What? So, yeah, what was it in the second picture? Hold on. Yeah, the second screenshot. The one that the Wisp thought was Doomcock is the Mechanist, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's a giant. It's because of the giant helmet.
Yeah, but that's also what he has. The Mechanist has, so yeah.
Okay.
I think it's really cool.
No,
I think he's done really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I usually keep
But
my Legos separate, so it's never amalgamated. I always just
You never put your Legos together?
Well, I put them together, but I combine sets. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's also
you're more autistic than I am.
I'm a Puritan. Leave
Smud's
my pirates
I
and my
now want
spaceships alone.
Yeah, but Smud's now going like, oh, I wish I did have like a miniature version of me so I could play with myself with my Lego.
For my Among Us avatar, yeah, I want a helmet.
Yeah.
Big orange man with a helmet. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, guys, that was longer than expected, but still kind of fun. I have about 2 or 3 pages of comments to post.
You gotta share it.
I'll post it on Twitter. He hasn't blocked me yet, so
yeah. Post those things in the Discord too.
Sure.
Same people don't watch Twitter.
Okay. Well, you can just go to his video and read it there too. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Thank you, guys. Have yourself a great evening. That was a lot different. Let's try and have a month of distance between our next Turf Nation video. I'm sure he has plenty.
You still want to cover this guy?
If you guys enjoy him, I don't think he's harmful at all. I think he's rather, low-hanging fruit. It's just so dumb.
I mean, I'll be interested to see what his next video will be, because that was,
well, I would not. It's just basically a child rambling, and it's like it's very inoffensive to me because it's just so dumb, and I can't really fault him for being ignorant and stupid. It's just, he says stuff that makes no sense.
And really, if I have to sit through Renegade Cut, that is painful.
Guess what's coming up this week?
Really painful. This guy isn't painful.
No.
It's just
because
this guy makes us laugh.
Because the second Friday of the month is coming up, and that's Renegade Cut. So,
oh God, no.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll exhaust ourselves a Renegade Cut. I don't know when, but it will happen. But not anytime soon. So.
Yeah. I got
anyway,
my ready.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you real soon. Have yourself a good night. Bye-bye now.
Bye.